must be a world-famous character by now. Why else write their hateful fanfics about me? They speak as if pure and undeserved, holier than thou. Yet they call me Gooner and Cell, always with the insults. Crazy pill-popping freaks, mad I won't join their cults. But I can't stop smiling and giggling, far too busy enjoying waifu booba jiggling. I'm just your cringe-ooey girl extraordinaire, paid by Russia, China, Israel. It's a world tour grift, I'm told. This troll-faced Barbie bimbo bitch is really just a narrative-breaking, man-on-man loving witch. I don't care about your need to pick a side, not looking for some nose ring tribe. I just wanna buy my books and games from overseas, but first gotta get rid of all these soul-sucking fleas. Ooh, so tired of these soul-sucking fleas. Yet they want to tell people how to write one. Maybe you should just stay out of our storytelling biz. Netflix turned Lara Croft into a self-insert Larry, and Microsoft wants to make my girls extra hairy. They push that side-shaved lesbian look like a checkbox. But hey, Ubisoft, how's the health of your stocks? I'm just your cringe-ooey girl extraordinaire, paid by Russia, China, Israel. It's a world tour grift, I'm told. This troll-faced Barbie bimbo bitch is really just a narrative-breaking, man-on-man loving witch. I don't care about your need to pick a side, not looking for some nose ring tribe. I just wanna buy my books and games from overseas, but first gotta get rid of all these soul-sucking fleas. Ooh, so tired of these soul-sucking fleas.
It's amazing what happens in this world when you just do things. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, chat. How are you doing? It's 2026, and we have started off the first 5 days of this year with a massive bang like no other. I completely forgot to load my VTuber model, or my PNG tuber, or my little thing off to the side, so give me a minute while I ramble on in the intro. But wow. People have wondered, where have you been, Savvy? What have you been doing in the new year? Well, I've been very busy playing RimWorld. I have 1,062 working mods, and I have play tested this now and accidentally fallen in love with the accidental test story that's occurred. But I have now ensured that I have 1,062 working mods. I believe this is the most mods that's ever made a functional mod pack before, but I could be wrong. And I will be able to get a decent amount of content out of that. I will be able to make a full series, it looks like, or at least something along the lines of it. So now I have to kind of figure out what out of those 1,000 mods do I want to do. But it's been fun. It's been fun taking a little break for myself. What am I doing? Editor. I'm trying to put my hoodie on because it's cold. There we go. There we go. Now I can go to the sea. Maine. Wow. Spoiler alert. That's what we're gonna talk about. I didn't mean to have that open. That was a last minute addition. All right. So, we've got a lot of things. We've got a lot of things indeed. Where was the thing that I wanted to start with? Here we go. That's our timeline. Hi, everybody. How's everyone's doing? I hope that your Christmas and New Year's was fantastic. Hello over there on Kick. We are live on Kick as well. Kick and YouTube, of course, being the two platforms that I use the most. YouTube, I do want to take a brief moment before we start getting into stuff. Son, thank you so much for the first tip of the year. You're coming in pretty low volume. Thank you for telling me. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know why I'm always so quiet, even though I'm screeching, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Oh, man. What am I doing? Samples? Ah! Oh, wait, what's this? Okay, how's this? She couldn't even brush her model's hair. No, of course not. I thought you were just going to say, oh, she couldn't even brush her hair to come on camera for the first stream of the year. And I was like, correct. Very correct. Oh, man. What am I doing? Okay, is this better? It probably sounds, though, worse and more robotic. You know what? I'm just going to ask Grok to give me the settings. I'm not going to do it live, but we'll figure it out. Hopefully this is fine, though. The other thing that I can do is also go into properties, advanced audio. Oh, I can't do it here. No, I just muted myself. There we go. Property filters. That's the thing I'm looking for. Here we go. There we go. That should be better, right? Is that better? That's better. It's probably better. You're now quieter. I feel like you're lying to me. Chat would never lie, though, right? Save. Do you want to save? Yes, I'd like to save. Thank you very much. All right. So, before we get started, obviously, there's been some YouTube developments. Kitsu has been having an issue with her demonetization. Actually, I should just pull up the tweet because that would be the intelligent thing to do. And we're going to have a little talk about it because I do actually believe that this is very important. Oh, God, more stuff is ooh. Oh, very cool. This will be good to add for later, so I'll bookmark this if I remember. Probably won't. We'll end up talking about it tomorrow. Spoiler alert, there'll be a stream tomorrow. Kitsu. There we go. Oh, and she's live right now, so you could go show her some love. The reason, here we go. So, let's go ahead. We'll open this up. Bam! I've been gone for a month. Repeat everything that you just said. I don't think I could if I wanted to. What's up, Hazel Eye Lady? Oh, God, it's already starting. Come on, guys. New year, new meme. Oh, Oculus, thank you so much for the tipperoo. Good afternoon, Madam Savvy. Hope that you and your tall German husband had a good Christmas and New Year's. Half this super chat goes to the femboy tea tax, bless you, which I do need to pick up some more tea. The rest goes to the booze fund for your tall German husband. Ooh, I got to post pictures later for what I bought him. By the way, thank you. So I got him two things, one of which he said was actually the beverage that his favorite character on a show drinks. And he said it so fast and he was so excited. And I was like, oh, cool. All I did was pick something that had a beautiful box and said that it was smoky and seasidey and things like that. So that was really cool, but I'll have to share them later. But thank you very much. No, he enjoyed his nice little bonus there, end of the year bonus. And I don't know the first thing about them, but I tried both of them because I do like my smoky whiskeys and things like that, and they're very good, very smoky. Oh my God! And Odin, Dark. Thank you so much for the tip. Women ought to make sandwiches, not politics. I agree. Damn it! Why can't you see? Okay, can we revisit this super chat when I actually have my face cam on? Because this would have been the perfect opportunity for me to whip out the kitchen supplies. So that way we could be making food while talking politics, because that's funny to me. But it's fine. It is fine. My vocal cord is healing and it took almost 10 months. Holy shit, I hope that you're okay. It's basically vocal cord nodules. Oh my God, that's terrifying. I've read things about singers and stuff. When that gets damaged, you're out for a while. God damn. Anyway, let's talk about this quick thing because, again, this is YouTube. I know I'm also streaming on Kick, so Kick doesn't have to worry about this. But anyway, so Kitsune says, I waited an entire month just for YouTube to not tell me what I did, but remove all monetization on my channel, all from a bot's decision. December 12th, I got an email telling me my AdSense account was canceled. The reason the AdSense account is connected to an account that is breaking AdSense policies. What does this mean? The only clarification I could get from a month of waiting is invalid traffic. Now, for those who don't know, invalid traffic is just a kinder way of saying bot activity that they can't prove. Yeah. How do I defend myself from this vague accusation, which I had no knowledge, consent, or influence over? My YouTube account has never incurred a violation and is in good standing. They don't even say what I did, but can remove all monetization. And after a whole month of waiting for a real person, I still can't get them to clearly say what I did. This is such bullshit, and this is terrifying for anybody. Like, all disagreements, all whatever aside, if you are not violating the rules or the policies of a certain business or whatever, regardless of what it is, you shouldn't have your shit terminated. Like, this is retarded. This is brain damage. And what I suspect has happened is YouTube doesn't want to admit that there's a problem. Because if they have to admit that the AI that they're using is a problem, well, that's a problem for where it came from, isn't it? And then it's also a problem where they have to admit that they're severely understaffed because they terminated a bunch of people. And even if there are some reports of them hiring some new people, it's not in the departments that you fucking need it in. The other big thing to note is YouTube was, of course, taken over. It was handed off to a particular demographic that time and time again has led to the decline in consistency of quality in a company, which I just find so fascinating. Yes, that's me basically saying the current individual has no idea what he's doing and is probably only enriching a certain type of people as well. I don't care if that comes off a certain way. I'm tired of the trends. It's 2026. I'm allowed to say what I observe. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Son, thank you for the tippy. Lawsuit, period. If they do this, they equal publisher. That's true. That's true. Yeah, so there's been a lot of talk around Section 230, around the way that platforms are not actually supposed to do moderation of content to avoid being considered a publisher, but then every single website actually ends up having rules anyway and doing publisher-like behavior. So that's why the whole thing about Section 230 is so difficult to discuss, because it's like, we know we need a change. We know we also need to change the way that we view some of these companies. But right now, just with everybody in power, like, hell no, I would not trust any of the people who actually are doing the lawmaking without some sort of executive order, or at least consulting actual people who care about this and not just want control. So that's why it's scary. But anyway, spread the word. Go send some love to her. This is a very stressful thing, to just suddenly lose your monetization when everything's been fine, when you've never gotten a warning before. So I feel really bad for her. Because all she's done is react to content that still exists, by the way. The whole thing that started all of this was reacting to content that is still up and monetized. And I think that I'm sorry. Like, if you can't sit there and say that that's wrong, like, you crazy. You crazy. You crazy. What are you reading? I am reading Kitsune's tweet. This is what we're reading now. But we have a whole hell of a lot of tabs to get through, and we're going to have some fun today. And it all starts with, well, technically it starts further back, but it starts with last night. I tried to make a beautiful timeline to assist talking about things. So we're going to focus today quite heavily on Tim Walz, Venezuela, and the past, oddly enough. And then if I've got some time, there's some other stuff in there around Julie Inman Grant that we will also discuss that is very interesting. That I'm so happy that more people are slowly talking about, especially too as things occur, because I need things to occur to talk about them to get people to care. Unfortunately, that's just the way that the world works. I can scream at the top of my lungs about something, but until it actually starts affecting people, nobody's going to care. The same thing, though, happened in my case. It happens to everybody. So we just have to kind of play the news game proper. Son! Yeah. 230 needs to be enforced, not reworked. I think that there is some phrasing that could be optimized. But true, it does need to be enforced. Like, we need to completely change the system for a lot of things. But let's start here. So last night, this was posted at about 3 a.m. Governor Tim Walz, and this was a few hours after the rumor mill started. Governor Tim Walz expected to drop re-election bid amid Minnesota Somali fraud. We close out of that one, and look at that. By afternoon, early morning, breaking. Oh, wait, that's the President Trump one. Shit, look what I did. I fucked up. Here it is. 9 a.m. bright and early, first thing, 19 minutes into the workday, Tim Walz abruptly drops out of the Minnesota governor's race in wake of alleged billion-dollar fraud scandal. Why am I just highlighting these headlines? Because most people are headlines. This is what certain outlets have to do. They have to acknowledge. Now, we'll come back to read his statement and whatnot here in a second, but there is a clip from CNN where they are being forced to acknowledge why, and I don't even have that. I don't even have that up. Oh my God! Oh, you're spoiling everything. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Canada and Japan too. That's gonna be very fun. Anyway, so exactly. I am hardcore a blonde. Oh man, we are going hard today. So this is part of Tim Walz's statement. So Robbie here is a great individual. He's always pushing information. Very hardworking man. This is Tim Walz's statement about dropping out of his re-election bid. It couldn't be more clear that this all ties back to the Somali fraud, and the serious pressure was put on him to drop out. So he highlights this portion. In September, I announced that I would run for a historic third term as Minnesota's governor, and I have every confidence that if I gave it my all, I would succeed in that effort. Gee, I wonder why. But as I reflected on this moment with my family and my team over the holidays, I came to the conclusion that I can't give a political campaign my all. Every minute I spend defending my own political interests would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics who prey on our differences. So I've decided to step out of the race and let others worry about the election while I focus on the work. If you're dropping out of politics, dear fat man, if you're dropping out of the politics, what work will you be doing? Perhaps working with your lawyers to try to avoid prison time? I'm not sure. But this whole statement is completely nonsensical, and I'm so glad that he highlighted this outside of all of the other gobbledygook, because when I started reading it, I just said, you know what, TLDR. See you on live TV in the courts, bitch. So, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, baby. But we've got some funnies to go on. The Cynthia jump scare was uncalled for. I'm sorry, it's what I do. EFA! Thank you so much for the Tiffy. Just like his time with horses, Wallace once again choked. Oh, God. Oh, we got horse semen jokes. Do you guys remember when that was a thing that supposedly he's really into horses? We may never know the truth, and that's frightening. So we'll close out of this one. Here we go. We'll wait for there. Actually, wait. You know what? No. We'll come back to it here in a second. So the next thing then that happened, so we have Tim Walz leaks come out, then he drops out, then he's like, it's not me. But then we keep going with the president. The President Trump says Tim Walz was caught red-handed stealing tens of billions of dollars with his Somali friends. So let's see what he says. Our dear, sweet, honorable president, Minnesota's corrupt governor will possibly leave office before his term is up, but in any event, will not be running again because he was caught red-handed along with Ilhan Omar and others of his Somali friends stealing tens of billions of taxpayer dollars. I feel certain that the facts will come out and they will reveal a seriously unscrupulous and rich group of slimeballs. Governor Walz has destroyed the state of Minnesota, but others like Governor Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, and Kathy Hochul have done, in my opinion, an even more dishonest and incompetent job. No one is above the law. Now, my favorite thing about when he starts fucking tweeting like this, he cannot just tweet. This is my favorite thing about this because there is a pattern. Sometimes it takes a bit of time for things to happen. And that is something else that I need to acknowledge because I am problematic in doing this with impatience. However, I'm very excited because we started this year off with a bang. And it's so beautiful. It is so freaking beautiful. Every time he does this shit, something does come of it. He cannot, as the sitting president, just sit there and say that somebody gets caught red-handed without there being facts or something that he knows that will tie him to it. The other big thing that all of us, again, myself included, I'm trying to emphasize I am a problem, is that the FBI has been corrupt for a long time. We're talking 20 years. It's going to take more than a year to weed out individuals. The people still working there are just probably the skeleton crew that's left that isn't just outwardly fully assholes. On top of that, trying to hire and train new FBI agents takes time. It's something that you don't just get approved of right away. Like if I go apply for the FBI, I have to go through training, both physical and I think you have to take a fucking test. And they have to vet people, right? And so guess how long that takes. It takes a while. But if you fire everybody or slowly are trying to weed people out, it's going to take time to cycle over. So I completely understand everybody's impatient. I'm impatient too. I've been very vocal about how impatient I am. But I have to say, I'm so excited for this year. I'm so freaking excited. Because this is going to be the year that we finally get some arrests. I have a feeling it's going to be very soon too, actually. But anyway, so he says this, very exciting. And of course, though, if there are no arrests made, we're going to see some spicy protests, I think. But you did hardcore parkour. That is true. I did do hardcore parkour. And you know what? I'm glad I did, because now I don't have as many back problems. I still have back problems, but I just don't have as many. Oh, man. But yeah, so where are we going with this now? So I've got more tabs open. Now, this is where I wanted to go next. So obviously we've seen the whole daycare center thing blow up, and then we've seen the government come out and not get their story straight. I love this. This is the listed location of the auditing firm that is performing the audits for both Minnesota and Ohio on the NGOs we have linked to potential fraud. You can't make this up. Guys, this is crazy. Why have we been playing by the rules this whole time when our own government won't even do it? Guys, what the fuck? I paid my taxes every year and I was a good girl and I didn't even bother applying for disability when it was well within my right to do so, and I was encouraged to, by the way. I've been able to do this since about 2017 as soon as I got diagnosed with solar urticaria, which is recognized by the US government as a rare disorder that qualifies for a good amount of disability given the fact that I can barely leave my house. It's very painful. But I never did. I never did because I wanted to be a hardworking, contributing member of society. God, that was the wrong fucking take, wasn't it? I should have been applying for shit. I should have been selling more Animal Crossing goods on Etsy. That was something where I did actually bend the rules to my will, and I did make money off of that, and I'm not sorry. If I end up losing my Nintendo account, oh well. Oopsie poopsie. It's fine because the only thing I play is Pokemon, and I'm not going to be buying any more Pokemon until they get their shit together. It broke my heart. But anyway, this isn't a rant about Kalos, even though I was definitely castrated for loving Kalos. Just came in there with a hot knife and said, no balls for you. You don't get to have a good day. Son, thank you so much for the tippy. In order for anything to stick, the activist judges must be impeached or worked away. Yes, they must be impeached. We do need to start arresting the judges at this point. I genuinely want them straight up arrested. I want them paraded through the streets. I want a big show of it, and I want them put in the worst possible jail cell, and I want them to experience justice. I want them to experience justice. Oh, God. But yeah. So anyway, we've all been playing by the rules for no fucking reason, but it's all coming out, and it's amazing what you can do when you just do something. You don't have to wait for permission anymore. And you know what's amazing? Thanks to Nick Shirley, so many more people have suddenly taken it upon themselves to get involved. I saw videos from Washington, from Oregon. California is now being mentioned. We got Ohio. There are people sending me DMs asking me to look into things I think we had New Hampshire and Vermont. Those were two people who DM'd me. I think there might have been a third one. I told them how to go about doing it. I gave a couple people some other resources as well. There's somebody else who I still need to respond to. But it's amazing. But these are things that you can do. And if you want to start doing it, all you have to do, don't ask Grok to provide the information for you. It may not be accurate, but what you can do is ask Grok, where do I find this information? How do I look up the transparent data that is required to be submitted to the government officials. How do I put this together? How do I infer this information? What does it mean when it's a, XYZ? Ask for explanations and the foundation, and then you will thrive as a human being when it comes to investigating, when it comes to looking things up on your own. One of the big things that our education system does not teach people is how to acquire information. You don't need to go to an institute. You don't need to pay somebody else to do it. You can do it right now for free. And it's great. It is great. Oh my God. What do we got? Oh my God, look at this. Holy shit, we've got Noah back in chat. Hey buddy, it's not about you this year. Put in timeout. You're gonna get a timeout there, buddy. And the reason why is I'm really bored with you. You're a one-note individual who sent me an image saying that you get off to images of people being masturbated by child hands. You'll get off to the things that I defend so that way you can continue to enjoy those things. It's really boring if you're just going to keep spamming the same thing. Oh, 30-year-old woman. Make up your mind. You're just some retarded little 19-year-old Canadian attending the University of Canada, and the first thing that you thought of this year was me. The first thing that you wanted to do was talk to me, and now you're obsessively in my chat. I purposely left it alone. You've been sitting here for 30 minutes, buddy. I ignored you. You're boring now. You're last year's news. We're having more fun doing something else. Now, if you'd like to be more interesting, stop changing your username and unprivate your account. Then maybe, just maybe, I might find you interesting enough to milk more money out of. Until then, though, congratulations on going back to the background character slot. Back to the interesting shit. It's January 5th, 2026. Maduro is no longer in power. Tim Walz has dropped out of the governor's race, and for the first time in history, there are more registered Republicans than Democrats in North Carolina. It's a good day to be an American, motherfuckers. Not some Canadian half-wit. Not some fucking individual in Somalia trying to figure out which hand wipes the ass and which hand is for the eatins. No, it's a great day for freedom. On top of this, for those wondering if the demographics are indeed shifting, Gen Z is the one who's going to church. They're seeking out the Lord and wisdom for life. Bibles are selling at an all-time high. In Iran, Christianity is attempting to grow. We've got global conversations happening about the genocide of Christians as well in Africa. It's one fucking hell of a news cycle, isn't it? It's fucking crazy. The more we crack down on fraud, the more we export this bullshit, the more we realize just how long the Democrats have had to lie, cheat, and steal to maintain their power. We didn't have to live like this in 2016. That's how many people mobilized to shock the world, and I didn't understand it at the time, but I do now. And that's what matters. So we got to keep this momentum going. We got to keep sending love and being positive towards the things that we like to see, because it's not just enough to talk about the bad things. We got to be positive too, which I struggle with, by the way. I'm going to do my best to be better about it this year. Tim Walz was so damaged by the fraud in Minnesota that it knocked him out of his re-election campaign. I bet the same thing happens to Gavin Newsom. The fraud they uncover will destroy his chances of becoming president. This is true. He also has zero chance of actually winning that because nobody fucking likes this guy. Okay? If people did like him, they wouldn't move away from California. The only reason why it keeps growing is because they keep importing the illegals. Ow! What do? We cheer on people on the ground, and you gotta go find people doing reporting. We can't just have willy-nilly, of course, reporting where it's just some dude with a camera and then doesn't post any evidence or any thought-provoking content, right? You gotta show it, you gotta do a little bit of due diligence, and then you gotta have a conversation around it, and that's what we do. That's what we do. Holy fucking shit! 1992 space movie! just gifted 50 fucking subs. Holy fuck. Thank you so much for that. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Thank you, and fucking Bush, give her 5,000. That's King Bush this year. Holy shit. We need to make like a golden bush emote or something for this moment. Thank you very much for that. It's going to continuously do the whip cracking in the background, so the only thing I'm going to do is just lower the volume a little bit, but I'll let the whip crack still go, you know? I'll let them still go. It's fine. It's loud for me, so if I start pausing more, it's because of that, but I'm not going to get rid of it. Thank you though so much. Zippy, thank you so much for the tippy. Zippy tippy. Oh god, that was really gay. I'm sorry, but that was really fun too. Ooh, lol, if you're going to be boring, be benign. Else you get the band hammer and not the feet. Dude, that's like my first time ever timing someone out, like seriously. Like you gotta really be a piece of shit for me to fucking do that. I don't even ban the same people who keep coming back to my post time and time again, unless they start posting like really inappropriate shit. I have only ever blocked one person. So, yeah. What was the disease that I have called? It's solar urticaria. Basically, that's just a fancy way of saying that the UV upsets my skin and causes allergic reactions in a variety of manners. It's not just about poofing up and that, but, you know, there's swelling involved, but then there was hives in the beginning, and now it's like extreme pain and dehydration, feelings, and I don't know. It's all, there's a lot to it. It's crazy. Savvy rhyming, it's what I do. It's insanely distracting. It is. Whip crack, though, is so... It's the theme of this year. I swear... Don't worry. Slowly, things are coming together. Slowly, things... Oh, I just realized my little chibi's not actually speaking. Oh, I just looked over at that. Why is she not speaking? Why is it not... Oh, no, now it is. Oh, that's so weird. I don't know why she's doing that. Anyway, whatever. I don't care. Son, I got permabanned from Kirsch for spice. Yeah, you gotta be a little spicy. You gotta be a little careful with the spicy. That's all. That's all. Welcome in, Panda Droid. But yes. So anyway, so for California, please, if you see people doing some really good reporting, retweet it, tag me in it. Even we're gonna do really hard work to spread information and to be part of that pipeline that helps encourage this, because you don't have to wait for CNN to do nothing. The citizens can reclaim this country, and it's the only way that we're going to be able to work to help the president, so that way we can get the goddamn country we deserve. I'm tired of the thieves. I'm tired of the illegals and all the people taking my goddamn jobs. I'm just kidding. I don't have a problem with getting hired, mostly because I worked very hard to never be hired in my life. That's a sort of running joke. Nick Sorter. Great individual for this. I like watching him. He's a little spicy sometimes. He's definitely a character. But I like this. He says, "Hey, Tim Walls, quit calling the cops on me for standing outside your house. I ain't leaving. I know how much your weird ass loves colossal pickles, but you will never have mine. Video coming soon." And he says, "Well, Tim Walls won't stop calling the police on me, so I've canceled my flight back to DC tonight. You're picking the wrong fight, Timmy boy." Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, get him! Get him, homie! So go cheer that on, because that's a funny one. I'm glad people are memeing with this. Now, here's the jump scare with this crazy individual who actually at one point used to be very pretty. I went and saw some old pictures of her, and I'm like, oh, that's the same person? Damn. It's amazing what mental illness does to somebody. So here's Tim Walls' original post. This is why I was looking for it that one time. Because I knew I had it up. I just didn't know how. But this is what a leftist individual is. So this guy is a him 22-year-old commie bullshit piece of work. And he says the concept of Amy Klobuchar running for governor, winning, and then appointing Tim Walls to Senate. Not very democratic of you, comrade. Not very democratic at all. And also, the reason why I highlighted this is because I wanted to showcase the commie scum, and because they're not people. We need to stop treating these people like people, because they're not. They're subhuman filth, and they deserve to have a vocal lashing and laughed at back into the shadows where they belong. Crazy. Crazy bastards. Did my... Oh, no, that was just catching up. Now, Now. This is a very funny one. Poetic Justice. Tim Walz, who once rooted for the fall of Elon's companies, has had his political career ended by one of Elon's companies. Now, I don't think that the Doge thing is necessarily a company. I'm not sure. I thought it was. Well, I guess it kind of was. It was a department. I guess you could call it a company, a department company, interchangeable. But it is great. It's wonderful that he's part of that, and it's just fun. These are funny jokes. But yeah, I was saying on my phone. I know some of you know this on the iPhone. They got a little stock app. I added Tesla onto it to give me a little boost during the day.
225 and dropping.
225 and dropping, he says. 225 and dropping. He rooted for the downfall of an American company that gives Americans jobs and provides income for countless numbers of individuals, is responsible for giving other companies jobs through the need of supplies and things like that. Working with other companies to enable them to also exist, like rideshare stuff. On top of that, providing internet globally, helping out during critical times without asking for $1 in return. And what has this guy done? What has he done? Oh, I'll tell you exactly what he's done. He's allowed inbred Somalis to commit heinous amounts of fucking fraud through daycare systems, because who's going to question a daycare? Tee-hee. Fuck you, you fat fuck. Fuck you, you Bernie Sanders wannabe. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh boy, this is going to be a lot of tabs to get through, so we're going to have a good conversation right here, but let's take a little moment to enjoy ourselves and just breathe in through our plugged up stuffy noses. That beautiful, sweet smell of freedom and justice happening. Darth Cactus, thank you for the tippy. Bullying politicians is your God-given right. It is my God-given right and my sole purpose for existing right now. I'm certain people have seen, and they know when I'm lounging in bed, because the first thing I do in the morning is I just smile. I open up Twitter. I scroll for the nearest politician, and I give them a big old fuck you. Fuck you! It's so cathartic. Makes me feel like I'm doing something, but I'm not. Oh, man, it's so good. It's so good. If you haven't done it yet, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful high. I don't even need to smoke weed anymore. I just do that. It's so good. But I hope everybody's been enjoying the downfall of Tim Walz. He is a Bernie Sanders wannabe. He absolutely is. I mean, Ryan, look how skinny Ariana Grande got Disney to toast less food and me BR. Yes, everything that you just said. I like how I read a very typoed one. No, I know what you're saying. Look how skinny Ariana Grande has become because she was playing a role, and it's safe to assume that that's the look that they wanted for the role because nobody told her to put on weight, which is really weird. Yes, a lot of the women in Hollywood look very sickly, and it's very strange. It's very concerning. Very concerning. Imagine being bullied by a 20-something journalist who actually reports the facts. It's crazy what happens when things just work. The original Todd Howard would be proud. The Todd Howard of today, he's very upset by these things as well. Mostly because he doesn't want things to just work. 2026 is a great year with the downfall of Tampon Timmy. Yes, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah. But let's move on from Minnesota. That's right. We're going to talk about the big one over the past little while, which was Venezuela. We started this year off very spicy, capturing Maduro. And that has opened up a global conversation because everyone's realizing that Democrats and leftists internationally are willing to die on the hill that even though they condemned the dictator who came to power and refused to let go of it, they think it's wrong that he was removed. Leaving me me to question, what in the fuck do leftists mean when they say free Palestine? Apparently they don't want any action, and they might say that they hate Israel, but judging by their reactions here, it's clear that nobody should do anything about Israel or their claims against Israel, or do anything for Palestine in general, because they don't like when actual victims are liberated from a socialist dictator? Oh, right. He's a... Oh, there's where it's all collapsing. He was a socialist commie dictator who took from his people the same way that these people want to take from others. But then they insist that we actually have a dictator through Trump who's not taking anything at all and only collecting on the bounty that the Biden administration put out. And on top of that, the old Biden from many moons ago, guess what?
And they must know it. For the first time, we are fighting and losing a war on our own soil. Let's go after the drug lords where they live. With an international...
What was that, Biden?
They live. Where they live. With an international strike force. Let's go after the drug lords where they live. With an international...
Well, one more time, because I'm a little hard of hearing.
Let's go after the drug lords where they live. With an international strike force. There must be no safe haven for these narco-terrorists. And they must know it. For the...
Oh, that's interesting. That's it. What happened? What happened? What happened, Democrats? Why was this okay? Why was 1989 okay? What's going on here? What are we doing? What the fuck are we? The legend himself, Ron Coleman. If you're not following Ron Coleman, please go follow Ron Coleman. He's an incredible man. He is working alongside some others on off-com shenanigans and, of course, helping our very own Smash JT in his lawsuits. But this man is a legend, and you must absolutely follow him. Follow everything that he does. Holy crap. That's legendary behavior. That, and he calls the Prime Minister of the UK a bundle of sticks on occasions, and that tickles my fancy greatly. But yes, so back then it was perfectly fine. And while we're on a little trip down memory lane,
administration, the Bush administration, has done nothing to control the problem that we have.
I want to just iterate something here. I want to reiterate the things. This is a Democrat saying that the Republicans have done nothing about the border. I agree with him, and I'm pretty sure I agreed with him then, and I really liked the way that he spoke. He said that the Republicans and the government hadn't done anything to secure the border, and that people were coming in illegally and took our jobs, and I guess I liked that at the time, but I liked a lot of other things he said too.
Yeah, we've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the border.
You know what? We unload 5 million now on a good day. God damn.
Since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem, and...
Look at that bitch! Look at her! Look at her, she's like, oh, I was gonna say that, you snake.
The reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. And so what we have to do is create a comprehensive solution to the problem. Now, I have already stated that as president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is...
Border security used to be a Democrat talking point. This is why I say that the politics outside of me have changed, but my politics have never truly changed. This is crazy, isn't it? This is also why I say that Trump is actually a Democrat, which we all knew. He just said that he would run as a Republican because it would get him more votes or whatever. But literally everything he's doing is Democrat. Like, What the fuck? His administration cares about sex workers and is the only administration to acknowledge that they've had mass unfair debanking. The OCC proves that with their statement and saying that they're going to actually do something to rectify it after all this time. Democrats have had literally how long to do this? And they haven't. On top of that, he changed the classification for marijuana. Why didn't Biden do that? Why did it take Trump doing that? Republicans aren't supposed to care about marijuana, but guess what? He made it easier to get research permits and all of that, and now states can safely move towards legalizing it as well and decriminalizing it. And I hope that retroactively people who have the more severe punishments are, get that stuff removed and that they get let go. Whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening. Everything that Trump is doing right now is something that Democrats once used to rally over. And they used to promote these things, this border security, this illegal bullshit. What changed? I'll tell you what changed. They realized they could get away with stealing your tax dollars. That's what changed. Anyway, that's that. So that's a little trip down memory lane, but what's been going on in Venezuela? Well, they've been celebrating, while leftists globally have been defending Maduro. Where do we want to start? I suppose, we could just start here. We could start here because I thought that this was a very interesting post. It's not often that you see Poland coming up randomly. So Poland is not the most wealthy of country, obviously, and it's taken a while to get to a position that is that helps people feel more comfortable, right? In the country, like it's not prospering, but it's not struggling necessarily. They've had a lot of work go into the country, obviously, since the wars and things like that. But even my family, even though they're not wealthy by any means, they're definitely better off today than how they were a while ago. Granted, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible. It's not what it used to be. So Venezuela used to be much wealthier than Poland, which was suffering under socialism. Then Poland implemented free market and capitalist principles and enjoyed an economic boom. Venezuela, however, chose socialism, which brought poverty and misery to its people. That's the difference. There's obviously other things that also go into it. Like, they didn't just decide on socialism. I feel like there was a bit of a hostile takeover and a bit of gaslighting going on. And so while things sound good on paper, unfortunately, the execution was very bad. So I do give a little bit of leeway to some things sometimes because I understand humans make mistakes, right? But to have suffered this long when they clearly didn't want that, that's the insane part. So, I'm a bit sensitive to that, but it is very tragic what's happened. And actually, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was as bad as it is. It's not something that we hear about in America, and it's easy to forget that the rest of the world moves at the same time that we do, but we don't see it. And so, we're sitting here cozy, we're having a good time, we're laughing, but literally down there, people were having, just if you criticized Maduro, he would lock you up and do some heinous shit to you. And that's fucked up. And leftists, honestly, I wish to some degree that just for a day, they could experience something like that, the consequences of what they're asking for. But sometimes you have to let people figure it out. When you have a child, you can tell the child 1,000 times that the stove is hot and not to touch it. But it's never seen evidence that the stove is hot because the child doesn't understand that the heat is what's cooking the food. And so while the heat is beneficial, it's still dangerous, right? And so the child goes and then it touches the stove and it learns after that time, after it gets burned and from that severe pain, that ouchies, okay, I'm not going to touch that. It was told 1,000 times, don't touch that. But then it still touched it anyway, and that's just what happens. Sometimes you just got to let people learn and live with the consequences of their actions. This is why I'm so okay with New York ending up the way that it is, because there are a lot of young people who showed up. And young people of this country need a wake-up call to what they are asking for. And I'm so glad that New York is moving as swiftly as it is to its commie utopia. Yahoo! They're already mad at Mamdani, but that's for another day to talk to. or talk about. Darth Cactus, thank you for the 5. Can you imagine being any part of the Chinese diplomats or their security team and hearing Blackhawks at 3 a.m. in the morning? That's another thing that we are going to talk about, because there's a lot of people leaving out the fact that China and Venezuela, through Maduro, were besties. And I don't know what leftists are thinking, but China and Russia, they didn't give a fuck about Venezuelans. They were there for the oil too. Fuck them. Fuck them. And when I say that, it's the governments, by the way. And I think everybody knows that. I love the people of both of those places. I think that they're wonderful, vibrant individuals with beautiful cultures. And it's a tragedy that governments are also giving bad names to that. It was just on my mind because I started creating a new character, and she's Russian in origin. And so I was just doing some Russian folklore reading this weekend. Very fun. Anyway, moving on. It's so easy for me to get sidetracked. So this one's a funny one. Pierre Polivier, I think I'm pronouncing the name mildly correct, post about Venezuela, got 64,000 likes. Mark Kearney, who is the current guy in charge, which I always forget because I just don't see him, posts about Venezuela, got 8,500 likes. The numbers don't lie. Canada's true leader is Pierre. Some people might say, well, it's the internet and anyone can like it. Do you know how many Canadians there are, eh? There's a lot of Canadians who are on the internet there, bud. And the fact that they're not going to their dear leader to go support him, that's pretty crazy. I think the maple syrup is waking up there, bud. I think they're waking up. That, and I also do believe that the shenanigans that have happened here in America are happening in Canada regularly. Maybe even worse, if I'm being honest with you, because the shit that I have seen in Toronto. So I go to Toronto often. I've seen Somali women walk out with shopping carts full that they didn't pay for, going through the entrance that has the gates. I was with my dad, and we were just walking in, and these two women start walking out. They got the whole headdress bullshit going on, and they're just giggling to themselves, and the two women walk out, and I look at the security guard, and he looks at me, and he's just this regular guy, and I'm like, why aren't you stopping that? And he goes, we get in trouble if we do. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? He's like, it's more hassle than it's worth. Like, they don't even speak English. I'm like, they're just stealing hundreds of dollars worth of shit. Why can't I do that? I don't want to have to pay for the fucking toothbrush that I need. Just give me it then. And it's like, But yeah, it's a big problem. I hate driving there now. It's even worse. The QEW is a fucking nightmare. I understand why my grandmother never wants to leave the house either, but it's also like, okay, but the places you want to go are just down the street, and you live in a very nice little area that has tons of amazing food. Plus, you can just have that food delivered. Again, getting sidetracked. Oh my God. Canada is the new India. Canada is just the new shithole. Like, I'm so sorry for like Alberta and all of the sensible places that want to break free. Unfortunately, can't. No, and I can't blame them either. But at the same time, it's like, bro, just quit your job then. Like, what the fuck? Go work in something less soul-sucking. There's no way that you have to work at Walmart as a security guy. There's no fucking way. But yeah, so I really hope Canada frees itself. Otherwise, we'll be liberating them in a few years because the same shit will happen. Kamala Harris 2024. We're offering $25 million for information leading to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro. Notice how they just didn't want to arrest him. How are they going to get information leading to the arrest of Maduro? They already know he's illegitimate. They've been saying it for 25 years, not even just 10. I had to be corrected. I had to be educated. I thought 10 years was bad enough, and perhaps people would call me out for exaggerating. No, this has been a 25-year problem. Isn't it crazy that these motherfuckers would rather do this than anything useful? Now, the reason why is because they imported a bunch of quote-unquote refugees back in 2019 or 2020. And that means NGOs got to get set up and Democrats got enriched and tax dollars went to them. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking crazy? Here it is. Biden raises bounty for Maduro, but then also says 600,000 Venezuelan migrants come in. That's a lot of people. Thank you, Marcus, for the tippy. Says nothing. Says nothing. Crazy. Crazy times. Look what they did. We'll come back to all the Venezuelans celebrating in a second. I want to get through some of the news. Now, this is a funny one. So I got into a bit of a back and forth with a goofball Canadian, and he really didn't appreciate the fact that I actually know why Canadians are mad. This is a very funny thing. So we do business with Canada for oil. We love our oil. We love our oil. I won't keep butchering it. We do need oil to function. We need, actually, before I get into this, because it's going to be a little breathy, Das Pooch, thank you so much for the tippy. Happy New Year, Queen of the Hazel. God damn it. Glad to see it kick off with a win. Can't wait to see Cuba's commie government go poof without oil on the cheap. Yes, that's another big one to remember. That one's going to happen. All right, let's get into the big meat and potatoes of things. So, we get a lot of oil from Canada. That's actually, I think, who our number one seller is. A lot of people think it's the Middle East. I think it went back and forth, but Canada is very rich in oil. And a lot of the resources actually that we want are in Alberta, and Alberta wants to break away. But anyway, so we get a lot of that from Canada, but Canada refuses to expand its pipelines because the U.S. wasn't the only one who wanted to do business. Japan wanted to buy oil from Canada. But Japan, specifically Trudeau, said, I'm just going to put you on ignore for now and not talk to you. So then Japan came to Trump and said, well, we'd like to get oil. And then Trump is like, okay, we'll buy it from Canada and then we'll sell it to you. Yay! We win. Canada's sort of here, but not really. Now, the reason why this is also technically a little bit bad for Canada is because we get it at such a discount from Canada. This actually hurts their economy. It's not a favorable deal for Canada. You might be saying, Savvy, what the fuck do you care? I don't! That's the funny part. I'm just giving you the facts. Anyway. So, by going down to Venezuela and choosing to go after Maduro over anybody else in the world right now, there were a lot of things that were taken care of. Maduro also handled a lot of the drug cartel bullshit, right? And just as the honorable dear chatter, not to steal Kirsch's line there, but it's true, this was a very, very beautiful line, and something to be brought up was that other places that are our enemies benefited from Venezuela. So we had Cuba, but there's also China, Russia, Iran. All of our enemies are all tied together thanks to Maduro. On top of that, the cartels also worked with the cartels in Mexico, dear sweet Mexico, which, of course, everybody knows that the woman was now installed in, and she's already had to walk back several things because she pissed off the wrong people, but she is beholden to the cartels. Allegedly. So there's a lot of goofy shit going on. Now, any deal that we can strike up that not only benefits the local people, but cuts out Canada from being able to receive money, that's a win in my book. That's an absolute fucking W. We don't have to work with the commies of Canada anymore. Canada's gonna flip its fucking shit, and if they think they're gonna start trying to be friendly with China, which would never happen, but if they thought that they would, America's not gonna let that happen, and then we would have to, go in and liberate Canada. But that's a wild pipe dream. Anyway, so to get back to this, so this was the 2023 thing with the deal. So Donald Trump is offering Japan something that Canada, under Justin Trudeau, refused to and will be poorer because of it. While meeting with the Prime Minister Shigeru on Friday, the U.S. president mentioned several trade initiatives with Japan, but specifically exporting liquefied natural gas to Japan. Boom. We get this from Canada, by the way. But Savvy, criticizing women in power is sexism. I'd like some extra miso with my misogyny, please. And a third helping. I'm a very hungry girl, and there's a lot of women to fucking absolutely rail. Verbally. They must be railed verbally. Holy shit. Whew, girl, you're getting ahead of yourself. What's going on? Like I said, we'll come back to all of these here in a second. I just want to make sure that I get all of these. Now, somebody else brought up, this is now where we come back to the China thing, because all these connections, these are very important to understand why what happened was a very good thing. Very, very good. Like, this is literally politics finally being treated like the chessboard that it is. Fuck the UN. It's just all over. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Like, this is like, seriously, if this is honestly how the rest of the year is going to be, like, I'm going to be at the gym every other fucking day at this point. Like, just so happy. I got a big old smile on my face. Clipped and shipped. Send it to me. I'd like to repost it, please. I'm posting shorts this year like I started. I gotta use that goofy AI thing. It'll definitely capture that moment. I think I'm actually gonna commit to that thing, that Opus clip thing. I'm gonna try it out for a month and see what happens. Anyway, don't care. CCP officials are going to have a rough month ahead as senior party officials are likely to start asking questions about why their radars in Venezuela didn't work. So this is fascinating. U.S. sources confirm that Chinese-supplied air defense radars in Venezuela failed and were systematically neutralized during the operation. Among the systems rendered inoperative were JY-27 long-range early warning radars, which Beijing has repeatedly claimed are capable of detecting F-22 and F-35 stealth fighters. China, what are you doing? You're so silly. Please stop trying to censor fiction. I hate you for that. As they're doing more evil things, but it's like, Savvy, you're always so blunt. Yep, that's what I care about mostly. Mostly because I want Genshin to finally just go ham. They want. Look, I saw what they did with Lauma. I see the trends that are happening. Escaffier's panties are the best. I know we're talking about serious shit, and I know this might come off insensitive, but America's winning, all right? And if they can talk about oil being their motivator, this is mine. I'm doing it for the pantsuit, all right? I'm doing it for the fucking pantsuit. This is why I'm never going to get to go to the White House to talk to anybody. This right here, this moment. It's fine, though. Anyway, fuck China. They also had Chinese officials in the country. I believe before it happened, of course, China, Iran, and Russia wanted to expand in South America because there are ample resources, and they wanted to fuck up other countries. Because the thing about socialisms and the communisms is it doesn't work if it's just your country. You can't have another country out there doing better than you that's not socialist commie bullshit. So naturally, they wouldn't just stop there. Panties are a motive force for the universe. They are. They just are. They are. Savvy-chan, Happy New Year 2026 to you. I hope you survived this year well. Thank you, and to you as well. Savvy likes being Lum Lum's second wife more than the silly White House anyway. Oh, man. It's a funny time. Maduro's nephew was arrested by DEA in Haiti for smuggling 800 kilograms of cocaine. They were tried and convicted in U.S. federal court for conspiring to import cocaine into the U.S., each sentenced to 18 years in prison. Biden granted clemency in 2022, releasing them in a prison swap. Oh dear. What happened? What happened? Now, I don't know the full details of this
were
one.
declared guilty, and then Biden pardoned them and sent them back.
What?
Oh yeah, this happened a few years ago under Biden. It was all part of an exchange for American prisoners, and he released the nephews of the dictator. I mean, this is how high up it is. I mean, how close do you want to get?
The nephews would be one hell of a bargaining chip that probably could have gotten a little bit more than just some prisoners. Now, I don't know what prisoners they were. I'm sure they're very... Wait, was it for a prison swap? Yeah, so anyway, I'm sure that whoever they were hopefully equally as important to America, because I do believe in equivalent exchange. Unfortunately, that's just the way the world works. If these were actual criminals that we were bringing back home or something, then I'm going to be a little annoyed. But anyway, why did this happen? Why did this happen, Biden? Why did this happen? Why are you working with such an evil man? Evil man. That's crazy. These are going to be some good ones. A year ago today, almost. Watch how the Biden admin talks tough just before leaving office, saying Maduro's illegitimate, raising the bounty for his capture. Trump goes in and arrests him, and Democrats are out in the streets protesting.
The will of the Venezuelans. Quickly turn to Venezuela, where Maduro once again demonstrated his complete disregard for I love
that instant replay feature. Let's hear it a third time.
to Venezuela, where Maduro once again demonstrated his complete disregard for democratic norms and proceeded with his illegitimate inauguration.
Holy shit!
As President Biden emphasized during his meeting with President-elect Edmundo Gonzalez Urrutia on Monday, January 6, we believe that it is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is respected. January 6, we believe that it is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is respected.
One more time!
We believe that it is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is respected. In coordination with our partners, we've given Maduro and his representatives every opportunity to restore democracy.
And how's that worked out for you? You wasted 4 years, people suffered, people died. I hate Democrats, but this has been the play all along. Well, we're just waiting for him to turn himself in. Bitch, what? When was the last time a fucking genocidal maniac did that? They don't!
But they haven't. So today we are building on all of our previous actions and taking further major actions. We announced new sanctions on key Maduro-aligned officials as a part.
Sanctions, wow. Wow. So you further raped the country. The sanctions did nothing?
Of our efforts to hold them accountable, and we impose.
We're holding them accountable by not doing business with them, but we're also technically doing business with them because we don't stop the cartels. We opened up our borders, and Democrat NGOs received a bunch of tax-funded money so that way we could import a bunch of your people, because even though they want Venezuela to be free, we think it would be better to bring them to America, a country that they're not attached to cities that they don't know, to places with weather that they haven't experienced, and into a culture that they really don't necessarily care about being part of. It's not their fault. They want to be home. They don't want to come to New York and live under fucking Kami Mamdani. All right? They want their country. But guess what? Socialism took their guns away in 2012. And they couldn't defend themselves. And now it's all being exposed that the left actually needs dictators to keep basically importing people so that way they can justify raising taxes, so that way their NGOs can be full of people who don't know what they're doing and who just take money through inefficiency and padding their paychecks for doing nothing, and so that way they can feel good. Well, what's that? You've got a Palestinian flag in your bio, but you're upset when something is actually done to topple an oppressive regime? Oh, I guess that flag is just there to make you feel better. Who knew? Jefferson Z. Post, thank you for the tippy. The only thing the leftists can defeat is parody. Yeah, exactly, because this is reality. We don't need parody anymore. Parody and comedy are dead because all we have to do is watch the left. That's it.
More visa restrictions, totaling nearly 2,000 individuals. We also increased the reward amount to $25 million for Nicolas Maduro and his so-called Minister of Interior as part of the Department of State's Narcotics Rewards Program. We also increased the reward amount to $25 million for Nicolas Maduro and his.
Notice how she doesn't say for information. She says for Maduro. For him. I think Biden owes Trump some money.
So-called Minister of Interior as part of the Department of State's Narcotics Rewards Program.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't that fucking cray? We'll come back to these. This now is where we start getting into some of the UN shit. Now, the UN has been largely useless. They'll remain largely useless. But, God, it's fun to make fun of them. It's so fun.
Including transparency and integrity measures essential to upholding credible elections. If the UN...
Is that too quiet for you guys? Give me some yes or no's. Give me some yes or no's. It's going to take a second for it to catch up to you guys. Oh, man. I have a feeling, though, it's going to be a little quiet, and I cannot raise that volume. I'll have to download an extension, a sound extension there to boost it if it's still too quiet. Dude, what is my delay? No. Quiet, yeah. Okay. I will repeat some of what he says. I have no way to really boost the sound anymore. It's maxed out.
Transparency, integrity.
Actually, wait, I can download the video, but that's not going to really do anything for me.
Measures essential to upholding credible elections. If the UN transparency integrity measures essential to upholding
The first was an
credible
incomplete sentence.
elections. If the UN and the United Nations in this body confers legitimacy on an
what he's saying here is the UN and the bodies there, which were like 50 countries, right? They condemned Maduro because he was not listening to the will of the people.
Legitimate narco-terrorist.
He's an illegitimate narco-terrorist.
In this charter of a democratically elected president or head of state, what kind of organization an illegitimate narco-terrorist, and the same treatment in this charter of a democratically elected president or head of state, what kind of organization is this? We should note that over 50 countries, many nations, including the European Union.
So here he says, he's saying over 50, this is the part that I just said. So over 50 nations, including the European Union,
including a number of Latin American countries in the region. And of course, the United States, again, over 50 countries rejected the legitimacy of Maduro's
cling to power.
Re-election following the disputed 2024 elections, and do not recognize him as Venezuela's legitimately elected president.
As a legitimately elected individual. So that's basically what he's saying, right? Sorry. I was trying to get what he was saying to give it to you. I know that's not like the most unoptimized way to do it. You'd rather hear it from him. But basically, you can go here. Eric Daughtry is the one who posted this. I think that's how you say that name. But he's basically saying, how is it that all of you agreed that he is illegitimate, but then don't want to do anything about it, right? So the EU and the UN are trying to do all this dumb shit and virtue signal, and that's because they cannot have a Western nation, they cannot have the concept of America look good, right? They have to have control. They have to say, no, a government should not be questioned like this. A government should not be toppled. And the reason why it's so important to them that it's Maduro's government that they're defending is because it was considered socialist. It was that socialist communist bullshit, which is what they're trying to push nations to. This is why Ofcom and all the censorship is the framework for that, right? This is what the WEF is pushing. And it all ties into this, unfortunately. Savvy translate for whisper to stuff we could actually hear. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's so quiet. It's so stupid. Sorry. I need a little bit of water there. But yeah, so this is good that the UN is getting smacked down, and they're not going to do anything. They'll say a couple things for a while. Here's another thing here. I think this just reiterates something that I already touched on. What's happening in Venezuela is a crisis. This is from 2019, by the way, when the virtue signaling memos went out. The people who have fled Maduro's dictatorial regime deserve safety and protection. As president, I would immediately extend TPS status to Venezuelans. See, notice how it's about importing them. It's the right thing to do. No, it's not, actually. America must show moral leadership in this hemisphere. Morality is a concept created by weak men to make hard times so that way people like Kamala can abuse it. Morality is a great thing. It really is, to a degree. But it's inefficient. And it creates moments like what happened because we just simply did something and actually solved the problem. It didn't take 10 years. It didn't take 6 years of virtue signaling. It didn't take, oh, we've given you every opportunity to do this. Well, if every opportunity has been given and the opportunity has not been seized, then what comes next? If you don't follow up on your threats, then you are an empty, weak-willed individual, and the rest of the world saw that. Now that America's actually done something, everybody is afraid. Because what on earth are they going to do next? Well, we're going to keep thriving, baby. It's freedom. It's freedom time. Who wants to be liberated next? We going to Iran. We going to Greenland. Hey, Canada. What's up, motherfucker? Oh, you know what? We do like the Mexican food. I love a good fresh tamale. We saw what happened there recently. Maybe we liberate you. No, it's all a fucking game to these people. And so for the Democrats, the game was to import, right? The game continues, but now it's actually benefiting more than just leftists. Because at the end of the day, the reason why Venezuela was chosen, outside of just Maduro being an evil piece of shit that benefited all of our enemies, is the resources. And the reason why we don't jump to go save Egypt, which has, a 99% sexual harassment rate among girls and women, and then I think it's still like a 80 or 90%. It's a ridiculous number for rapes. The reason why we don't go liberate them is because there's fuck all there. Nobody gives a fuck about anything in Egypt. It's not necessarily that strategic, right? There's terrible things going on all around the world. Africa is a shithole continent that has so much problem and savagery. But the reason why we don't go muck around over there is because, one, it's inefficient, and two, you don't really want to deal with that shit. But three, also, some of our quote-unquote allies claim to have kind of strongholds there, and they're fucking, honestly, fuck Australia. I'll go off about that one day, but not today. Fuck Australia, though. They've actually royally fucked up parts of Africa beyond belief. Where was I going with that? Anyway, so the whole point of that is it's all a fucking game. Every country is just a chess piece, right? And so, yes, we will benefit greatly from Venezuela, right? But guess what? Venezuelan people will benefit greatly from this as well. We're not just coming in and raping their land the way that Maduro and the EU and the UN wanted to do. But yeah, so it's make Venezuela the fourth richest country again? Dude, fuck yeah, right? Fuck yeah. Weak men create strong men. Exactly. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak times. The vicious cycle repeats again and again. Exactly. Because we will always have corruption. It's just part of the human world. We have to have problems, apparently, because somebody else wants what you have, essentially. And so long as there will always be somebody who wants what you have, then there will always be a problem. And you might say, well, that's why socialism and communism is good, because then everybody has... Shut the fuck up. All right? If I have the exact same shit as somebody else, but somebody else looks happier than I do, and this is just a metaphorical thing. I don't mean literally me, and I don't mean literally my neighbor, but you get that this is just a metaphor. Then there's an off chance if somebody else is happier than me, I want to know why that person is happier, and then maybe I want those things. Maybe I want that. And the fact that it might just be somebody's outlook on life, that's not a good enough answer. Humans are not rational enough. They're not intelligent enough as a whole to discern that, right? So basically, so long as the low IQ individuals of Somalia exist, there will always be crime. Is basically what I'm getting at, right? Stupid people do stupid things. Oh, man. Jefferson C. Post, thank you for the tippy. I was expecting a Dean scream after the country list. Oh. Oh, man. Savvy, did you know Venezuela was one of few countries without a Rothschild banking system? I need to do some more digging into some of that, but I did actually know it. And I do see the connections and the things that people are saying around that. I do. Don't worry. I hate banking systems. I hate the way that the current financials work of the world, but that's coming to change too. It might just take a little bit longer. Comparing America using oil versus Iran, China, and Russia using oil is like apples to oranges. Very true. History shows Venezuela was rich with America versus eating zoo animals under the latter side. Yes. Savvy knows, report your neighbor to get their things. No, I would never. No, if I'm going with the literal, the roles, well, it wouldn't even be me and my neighbors because our neighbors are so fucking chill. They're so fucking fun. But no, I would actually be more than likely end up the person that somebody else looks at and be like, I want what you have. Not because I have anything different, but because I can just sit there with my imagination and picture two beautiful professors doing their taxes together, and I'm just as happy as can be, right? So someone would look at that and be like, what do you have that I don't? And I'd be like, oh, working imagination. I'm sorry. I'm just a gooner. Don't hurt me. Oh, man. Did you ever get a response from the company about ordering animal testicles? Oh, I should check my email. Gmail.com. Let's go do that real quick. Video cannot be monetized. What? copyright content has been detected in your video. Savvy suffers playing Dustborn so you don't have to. The visibility of your video is not impacted, but you can no longer monetize it. This is one of my most viewed videos. The copyright owner is now either monetizing it or receiving analytics about it. This is not a copyright strike and doesn't affect your channel. Content owner, Offrium, Hexacorp Ltd, Shutterstock Music, content type audio, impact on video, not what segment? View all actions? If that's from the game, hold on. Did the game use Shutterstock? See details. Content.
Alrighty, I'll get your drinks and come back for your lunch orders.
Anyway. Oh, and
We
I was
have
part
an
of the
imminent
theater.
emergency kit. What? There's no music playing. Hold up. What the fuck? Hold up. I'm sorry. Hang on. I have to go to the thing where I can actually like mess with it. Hang on. I just got the email. That's not an old one. View your channel. Hold on. We're gonna do this live. What am I doing? Videos? Is it an old? No, it'd be under video live stream because it was a live stream. And I have to go all the way to the bottom here. There's the Pokemon shit. There's Dustbin. I played Dustbin, so you don't have to. Where is it? Episode 2, HR basement shit. Savvy suffers. Here we go. Where is it? Where's part 1? Oh, here it is. So this is part 1. Hang on. We're gonna react to my own content, so that way we can see also if this stream gets claimed. Hang on.
That we can come out.
Okay, and it's claiming that. So from 6:27 to 6:29. So we gotta go. Holy shit! I streamed this so long. Okay, hang on.
Anyway.
Gotta turn up my own volume. We have an imminent emergency, kid.
We need the toilet.
Tummy trouble?
Just relishing the thought of using a real toilet again.
What do you have on the bus?
Okay.
That would still be a proper There's no music. There's no music. What? What? Who is Offrum? Is this the one that's going around doing the false claims? Offrum is a software company which develops technological solutions for the music and entertainment industry, serving clients such as record labels, publishers, CMOs, film claim, blah, blah, blah. And the company was founded on December 1st, 2014 and is legally known as Hexacorp, a Delaware corporation with its address at whatever. The Offrum trademark with serial number. Offrum is a platform that allows users to access and license music content with free and premium accounts for non- What the fuck? Privacy, but who the fuck are you? Are you a scam? Music data rights, manage rights, find, use, track, and monetize music content across all channels. Offrum is a global technology company solving the entertainment industry's biggest challenges around digital music and broadcasting. What the fuck? Okay, hang on. So everything stops right now. Everything stops right now. So we're gonna make a little Blues Brother Pavlo Burton. So let's go see what it claims I'm listening to. Premium beat. Here's the preview. Hang on one second. Library. Hang on. Do I have to go into the game? Grab a controller and kick back. Can I just go to that scene? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. The story so far. Can I just pick? Continue. Fuck! I would have to actually go to it. The story so far. Okay. So I can't actually go into the game and see it myself. Let's go grab, let's see here. What scene is this? I have to listen to somebody else's because the game is just too quiet. What scene is this? Dustborn Diner scene. Hang on. Dusty Okay, Google doesn't even know what Dustborn's Diner scene means. Dustborn Diner. Here we go.
Fella you're with, the black kid, dresses like a writer. Does he know anything?
Okay, I need the conversation. Here we go. Betty's Diner.
World. There were back for your lunch orders.
Like I said. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
I was part of the theater group.
I need the toilet.
Tummy trouble?
Just relishing the thought of using a real toilet again.
That's the song in the background! That's the fucking song in the background!
No puedo decirlo, pero estoy...
I can hear it! No, I can hear it! I can hear it! Oh my god! Dustborn didn't even have people make their own fucking music! They went to fucking Shutterstock! What? Hold up! Hold the fuck up!
Money to see that.
What's that?
Yeah, there's the badoo badoo. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh wow! Oh my god! Just to show you that I am indeed playing this from somebody else. So it's technically not an illegal claim per se. That's it! That's the song that's in there! What the fuck? Where's... Oh my god, can some... Oh, fuck. Okay, I could use some help from chat. If somebody could DM me on Twitter, the posts about the government funding, I think I did it, but there's others too who uncovered it. So if you have somebody or if you remember any of the language from mine, please link it to me. Somehow, Dustborn returned. We're doing it live, chat. We're doing it live. Oh my god. 1 hour ago. Oh my god. Becky, look at these claims. When was this beat released, I wonder? That's actually a funny can I see when it was posted? I don't think so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Exactly 1 hour ago, I received an email from YouTube's automatic system claiming that my video from... Hang on, let me get the exact days. Oh my god. Oh my fucking God. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Wait. I want to go into Dustborn music credits. I want to see if there's Dustborn original game soundtrack on Steam. Let me see. Hold up. Wait a second. They're claiming that there's an original soundtrack that you can buy. Is that song on there? Hang on. Let me just double check it. No, okay. So this is by Pavlo Buturin, and it's crediting all of the music in their soundtrack to Simon Poole, Kid Katana Records. They do not credit anyone else for their track list. I would personally find this fucking suspicious and think that that should be addressed and actually... so let's see here. I want to take a picture of the soundtrack. And I want to take a picture of the credits. Here we go. Tabby has to get the deluxe edition. I'll listen. Do I do it? I want to listen to it because I want to hear. Is it? Surely it's just available. YouTube.com. Hang on. Official Dustborn soundtrack. The Dustborn. Here we go. This is all of it. Okay. We're the Dustborn chasing echoes. Okay, that's all that shit. Oh, fuck, dude. All right, we're just gonna go through them really quick. Okay, so it's not that one. Holy shit, that's awful. Okay, I think these are all the songs that nobody... What the fuck is that art? God, that's so ass. No, this is gonna be all... Okay, so this is not... It's not gonna be the non-vocal stuff. Wow, I didn't realize they recorded so many terrible fucking songs. No, there were a lot more than that. No, it has to be... Hang on. Owl's Head there, all the Aftermath. Exploration, Welcome to Liberty. There's no song about the diner. There's no song during the diner. They know what they... Okay, well, at least they didn't try to completely steal it. Maybe. I don't know without hearing the full thing, and I'm not going to go... I wonder if they put it on Spotify. Hang on. Oh, man. The whole show is now stopping just for this. This is crazy. This is actually insane. To get claimed like that. The Dustborn. Dustborn? No, there's an actual group called Dustborn. Oh, wow. And they're not... Here we go. Game original soundtrack. Yes! Okay. Plays, and then nothing else has ever been played. I'm about to be the first play for some of these. Okay, we know that. That's when they're doing the fighting. That's when they first get to Liberty. Thank you so much, Starboard, for continuing your membership. This is cinema. Yes! Yes, it is. Okay. The diner was after the trailer park, was it not? Okay. Saying goodbye because they said goodbye in the diner. None of these sound remotely close to... Okay, so they didn't just steal it and claim that they did it. So there's that, at least, right? Okay. I just wanted to clear that out because I didn't want to make... I didn't want this to be even crazier than what it is. But I'm still going to point out that usually a game that releases a soundtrack generally is proud of all of its music and wouldn't just buy music like this that's available on fucking Shutterstock of all places, right? So that's why I needed to double check that bit. So let's see here. What have I screen grabbed so far? I got that. Here's where I am. Somehow Dustborn returned. Exactly 1 hour ago, I received an email from YouTube's Automatic system. Oh yeah, that my video date. Where's the video date? When did I post this? When did I fucking post this? Oh fuck, I gotta go to my other screen. You guys are staring at that? My bad. Streamed 1 year ago. There it is. August 22nd, 2024. Oh fuck, that's more than a year ago now. Ah, time flies. Exactly 1 hour ago, I received an email from YouTube's automatic system claiming that my video can no longer be monetized due to copyrighted music. Because I was streaming a game, I knew I did not play any of my own music. So I went to investigate. Let's see here. This copy. If I verify, and because I'm just going to investigate. Turns out the music playing in the background is not composed by the Dustborn team at all, despite getting government funding from both. And let me go find that information. Tabby, my roses wilted when you started playing Dustborn music. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wasn't Dustborn the game funded by the Norwegian government? I believe so, yes. Let's see here. What? Somebody DM'd me saying, hey, Jay said you're in law as well. Are you an attorney? What does Jay say about me? Jay! I'm not in law! I just know some laws! Am I an attorney? Jay! Jay, I'm not a lawyer! Jay! I don't have... Jay, I don't have pubes, and I'm not a lawyer! Stop spreading misinformation about me! I'm gonna end up crying! Dustborn. Alright. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh my god. How many times? I'm just showing the Dustborn connection. Dustborn is award winning. Where's the government funded thing? No one showed up to Dustborn, but I did. God, we're going back in time. It's a good time. Where was the evidence for this? Where's the first time that I talked about it? Because that it would have been way back there. Yeah. Why didn't the target audience show up? This is after the fact, much like the story. Okay, there's me streaming it just when I thought I could get the unachievable. There's me talking about it. I didn't think the Dustborn was getting more stage. One of the designers quoting someone calling out for copying. This is incredible. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, I do need this post. Oh fuck, dude. All right, let me copy paste all these fucking links into it. Where's my Miro? Where's my productivity? Y'all are just here watching me fucking eviscerate Dustborn one last time. Oh fuck me, dude. Where's my Dakus? Back inside Miro. Oh, and Control V. All right, there's one of them. So that's good. We crossed 7,000 subs on Aw. And now we're at 37,000. That's crazy. You guys are so sweet. We went crazy. All right. Did I not make a specific post about it? The account no longer exists. Who was I quote tweeting? I didn't think Dustborn. Here's one of the designers. One of the designers just deleted, or not just, but deleted their account a while ago. It wasn't deleted before, I didn't think. Oh, that was that one. Okay, whatever. So Thea deleted its account. The weird person. That was Concord Dustborn. Oh, I guess I didn't talk about it. fuck. All right, somebody get me a link. Oh, thank you. Or maybe I can just actually Dustborn government funding. Oh, here we go. Following the reports that Dustborn is receiving funding from the EU, the U.S. government spent over $250,000 on a counter-disinformation game. Okay, that was the other one, but I need the thing that's specifically about... Okay, the video game developed by Red Thread Games received significant government funding from multiple sources. The Norwegian Film Institute awarded the game $14 million, approximately $1.4 million across 3 years. 3 years and 4 funding rounds, with the NFI citing market potential as a key factor. Okay. It also received $150,000 squiggly dollars in grants from the European Union's Creative Europe program. Okay. Separately, through the U.S. government, under the development state, funded a different counter. Okay, we don't care about their game. Like, nobody fucking gives a shit. Okay. So now we'll grab this. Then we'll also add this into it. Where's my post? We're doing it live, chat. We're doing it live because that's the kind of person I am. Oh, man. The market potential was a lie. Turns out the music playing in the background is not composed by the Dustborn team at all, despite giving it from both Norway and the EU. How many years was Dustborn in development? How many years Dustborn development? Was it the 3 to 4 years? Because I thought they were working on it since 2016. Dustborn was developed over a period of 4 years from 2020 to 2024. The game was released in August. Okay. Oh, wait, what? What did that say about 8 years? While some discussion on forums have referenced longer development times, such as 7 or 8, these claims are not supported by the official development time. Okay. I just want to make sure that I have everything remembered. In the 4+ years of development and all the free money, and they use a song from Shutterstock. What? Somehow, exactly 1 hour ago, I received an email from YouTube's automatic system claiming that my video from August 22nd, 2024 can no longer be monetized due to copyright music. Because I was streaming a game, I knew I did not play any of my own music, so I went to investigate. Turns out the music playing in the background is not composed by the Dustborn team at all. Dustborn team, Red Thread Games at all, despite getting government funding from both Norway and the EU. In the 4+ years, the development... So this solutions company helped this guy find his music being used and claims it. But the issue is, music is in a game and people stream games. So... shouldn't he be getting some of the Dustborn royalties instead? But I guess it did not make as much as my video, so who knows? You saw the live reaction. Below are links to previous information, the video in question, the scene louder so you can hear the link to the music. At Dustborn at... Wait, does Dustborn not even have a fucking Twitter account? Red Thread Games. Let's do their Twitter account. Does it still exist or is it gone? Red Thread Games. Let's see. No, it's still here and they're still somehow tweeting. At Red Thread Games. What the fuck? Oh, fuck me, bro. Fuck me. All right. Hi. There's no personal information being displayed here, right? Oh. Get your money back. Well, it's not like it's still... I mean, it's making me pennies, but I'm gonna challenge it, absolutely. They probably blocked you. Actually, I don't think they did. Let me go see. I just looked at it for a second. I didn't bother to look at the other stuff. Red thread. I don't know. They didn't. I can still follow it. And I can still, okay, so I'm gonna go comment on their pinned shit. Or no, not their pinned shit, but their Merry Christmas from us at Red Thread Games. I mean, nobody fucking said anything back and they got 20 likes. That's that's depressing. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Turns out you guys are scum. Isn't that crazy? All right, so I'm going to grab links first. So I already used this one. Another one? Usually when a game has a soundtrack, you don't expect them to also be buying up Shutterstock music. What do I know? Here we go. Wait, they said Christmas? Merry Christmas from all of us at Red Thread Games. Yeah, they did. They actually did. Here, I'll show you. I will show you a whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. No one to tell us no or where to go. Or say you're only dreaming. And I'm very woke of you, comrade. Not very woke of you, comrade. I'll do it on my alt account. Fuck it! Fuck it! Dustbins, you mean it's still 90% off. It's been permanently 90% off. Oh, fuck. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, get out of here. Oh, no, I did talk about it. I've completed your game. I've gotten both 1% at the end. You could say it says both were funded by the U.S. government. One was 2020, which was later. Oh, okay, that one. That's the only time that I talked about it, I think. I think I talked about it live about it being government funded, but I never actually wrote about it. Target audience. Joke I love to use. Oh, man. Okay, so now I'm gonna link everything. Add another post. The solutions website. The actual song in question. My video. No commentary, recording of the same scene. There we go. Okay. So now I need to go to the solutions website, grab this, and then boop. And then the actual song in question is this one. And then link that there. And then my video, which is Peace Fam.
Alrighty. I'll get your... Alrighty.
Copy it. Why can't I do that? I thought I clicked it and then went to the actual thing myself. Oh, god damn it. That's fine. Here, hang on. I gotta go back here. And copy at current time. So that way nobody else has to go do that. My video. Time stamped. And no commentary recording of the exact same scene. This one. This guy's gonna be so confused on why he's getting views all of a sudden if anybody goes to click on it. All right, there we go. And then I'll get rid of the hyperlink that's created. And then I will link my old thread or just some loose info. I think this is the one that I wanted, right? Some lulls to refresh your memory. Looks like Thea deleted her account. Don't know if we knew that or not. Post all. There we go. You did write about it? I did? Tweet that is? Oh, link it to me then. I don't know. I'll add it in, but I couldn't find it really quickly. I thought I did. Somehow, Dustborn returned exactly 1 hour ago. I received an email from YouTube's automatic system. YouTube? What the fuck? Now, this isn't on YouTube for once, because anybody can make the claim, and then I can just go in. So let's see. How do I do that? How do I do that? So if I want to view all actions, what does it tell me to do? CD, take action. Erase song, replace song, trim out segment, dispute. I'm going to dispute it. Overview, submit dispute, fill out form carefully so we'll have everything we need to start the process. Okay, cool. Reason, license, copyright exception such as fair use. I own a copy of the song. I'm not making money. I gave her. But it's none of those. See, it's none of these. This is technically it. So details, I believe. Continue. Rationale. Select reuse. Wait, what? Promotional video, reaction video, entertain gameplay. There we go. Why is your use of the claimed content an example of fair use? This content was put in the game that I played. I did not seek out the song and play it myself. The game in question does not credit the original song and does not credit what's his fucking name? What's this guy's name? Here he is. Credit. Hang on. Can I go to Dustborn credits? Isn't there a way to see it? Yes, here we go. So now we can search his name. It does not pop up, everybody. Hold up. Just so everybody can see it. Here are the credits. Control F. Pav. No Pav. No Pav was credited. No Pav was credited. And I will link that to them as well. All right. The game does not credit the song composer. Whoa, shit. Wrong one. Fuck, I gotta go back here. Ah, get away! Control C. Gotta go back. Ah! Go back to YouTube. That's what I'm doing. I think it should be taken up with them and not me. This is merely gameplay. My video does not infringe on the claimed copyright. I understand that Clement will be able to review my video and dispute my rationale. I understand that filing fraudulent disputes. It's not fraudulent, bitch. I will link them the credits. I can delete those tabs. No credits. Signature required. There you go. I think this should work. Was the song title in the game credits? No, it's not. It wouldn't be. And they'd have to put the person instead of that. Yeah, I'd ask to have my shit removed from it too, but then again, I wouldn't have worked with them. What am I doing? Am I adding anything else? That's what I'm doing. I can delete you. Go ask them. Go ask them. There we go. Okay, so I can get rid of this stuff. You can also barely hear it in my video. Not like it was even the highlight. This means the creator of that particular song, since he wasn't credited in Diasporan, his bandmates and himself can sue. So I don't know if they look. So if this guy is putting his music out on these solution website, or not solution websites, but like these stock websites, right? If the group only had a personal license, then they could not resell it. So the way that it works, because I used to subscribe to one of them when I was doing more concept work and stuff. I actually liked using it, and I liked, and then it came out. Basically, you don't actually know if those images are not being licensed or not, or if they were stolen, and now they're just flooded with AI bullshit. But anyway, so the way that those stock websites work is there's 2 different licensing plans, or there's like a major company one, like a third option as well. But so you can have personal use, which is substantially cheaper. At like let's just give an arbitrary $15 a month subscription price for personal use. But if you do commercial use, which means you have the ability to resell any of the stuff that's used in a transformative way, then it's usually more than that, like double or triple or quadruple the price, right? And then if you're a major company and you want to use it, then there's also special pricing for that too, because so many people are working on it, and then you would need like more licenses or whatever to do it. I don't, there's a thing, and there is a way forward for them, but it would require a full investigation, and then Red Threads would have to have the receipts as well. So I think that this is actually really fascinating. But yeah. Submit. Dispute will be sent to the claimant for review. Okay. Yeah, this isn't technically YouTube's problem. But that is fucking crazy. That is fucking wild, bro. That's actually crazy. Yeah, that was the song and everything. I was just making sure. That is back from the fucking dead, homie. Back from the dead. You just could not stay dead. What the fuck were we talking about? What is this? Must see Dragon's Prophecy? Get the fuck out of here. What are you? Put user in timeout. God damn it! I gotta do 2 timeouts today? Fuck! Hate that shit. Alright, we're done with that. Fuck. Thanks, mods. No, it was just me. They making money off the game now? I don't know who's trying to do that shit. What was it? I was checking to see if I got testicle emails. Here we go. Opus. There we go. Very cool. Who did I use and when did I do it? I is super. What the fuck? Wait. Somebody's still doing NFT stuff. That's actually interesting. Okay, so this one's Sebi. I have 2 of them that are almost exactly the same, and I always forget which one is used. That's my Miro thing. No, it doesn't look like I got a response. They did not respond to me about the guinea pig testicles, but that's fine. I'll try messaging them again someday. Oh man, Greenland is open to talk business with the US. Is that new? Is that breaking? Is that breaking? I'm gonna go look. My left-wing friends who are offended by the removal of Venezuelan despot, which section of the UN Charter does this violate, and where were you then? A message to you from Venezuelan is one of those. I think is AI. Is it not? I don't know. Greenland. I swear to God, EU and Greenland after is captured by the US were concerted monitoring. Oh God. Hang on, Denmark says the U.S. attack on Greenland would end NATO. The current... Wow, shit! 1992 space movie, legendary. Thank you so much for all your support today. Zero Stinky Fed with... Zero Stinky Fed with Eyes of Hazel. Did You, my member message go through. I don't know if you read it or not. Anyway, earlier, I was just trying to pay my femboy and husbando alcohol taxes. Bless you. No, it didn't send the message. It just did it just said that you had generously given 50 bushes to those without the bush. So thank you for that. Unfortunately, there was no message attached to it, so I couldn't read it even if I wanted to. But thank you. No, it's seriously very sweet of you for doing that. The support, kicking this year off with a fucking banger. You didn't have to do that. I will attempt to utilize every emote slot in your honor at the start of this year because of that. So I will do my best tonight to work on emotes. Thank you so much for the tippy. 2026 is the year of throwing hands. It really is. It's so good. Oh my gosh. All right, I don't see anything brand new about Greenland, but I mean, the defense of Greenland requires more efforts. Greenland is not in the EU. They voted themselves out in 1982. Why are people talking about this? Holy shit. Wait, did something happen? Am I retarded? Breaking in a rare moment of clarity, MTG just blew a hole straight through his plan to occupy Venezuela. Well, nobody gives a fuck what she says. I did take back calling her retarded for bringing up the whole tax revolution thing. She's still retarded, but, you know, like, I'm willing to say she's a little less retarded for that. Where's the bushwhacker? Oh, dude, we need one of those. That would be good. That would be good. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, the tax thing is important to me. And so if somebody's talking about the tax revolting, that's cool in my book. I appreciate that. Oculus, thank you so much for sending a bush out to a bushless individual. God, you guys are slaying it today. Absolutely slaying it. Why are 5 of your emotes the same? Okay, so listen, chat's finally on to me. This has been like that for months. This is so that way I can reserve the slot, but then I just forget to put the new emotes in because I forget to make the new emotes, right? So the fact that you guys are just now asking about that, I pull it fast one on you. You better watch out. Maybe there's some daycares in my fucking name that nobody knows about. But yeah, actually here, we can make it 6 probably. I actually don't know. I think my subscriber count, because when you lose subs, which, you know, through the generosity of gifting, obviously they don't auto re-up. But as your sub count goes up and down, you unlock emote slots. And I actually haven't looked at it recently, so let me go see what I've got here. So if we go into, where is it under? Earn? No, it's under community. No, it's not. Earn? It is under earn, right? Earn. Customization. No. Analytics. It's got to be under viewer post mentions. No. Where the fuck do I change the emotes? I don't even know. Settings? Channel. No? Dashboard. Content detection. Did they change it? Content. No. Analytics. No. That tells me how many people are watching me, and that tab scares me sometimes. It's got to be under fucking customization. Why wouldn't it be? Pronouns. God. Okay, I don't know how to do it. What would your daycare be called? Parasites shiny hunting, and then have it crossed out and have it in small text next to it, and then put lovely child's daycare where lovely children are cared for during the day. Where the fuck are the emotes? The leering section. It is under earn? Oh, it is. It's under memberships, right? Yes, thank you. I like it how you guys know where my shit is, and I don't know where the shit is. Okay, I cannot add another emote. As you gain more members, you can upload and share even more emoji. I have 15 emoji, and I need 10 more members to do another slot of the exact same emote. That could just be the fucking meme, because that face is my favorite. 300 of us are watching you fumble this, Savvy. You guys watch me fumble every day. Nothing is new. Madam Savvy's research center. I love that. Oh my God. I love that so much. That's so good. 10 more members. Yes. 10 more members would unlock the next emote slot. I don't ever chase subscribers. I don't chase emotes. We haven't made emotes like a big deal on the channel. Even though, like, the most embarrassing thing and the worst thing you can do as an artist who is a streamer is not have your talent put on display. I'm so fucking, I think it's kind of funnier. I think it's kind of funnier that I commit every single artist faux pas that is ever faux pas. I don't sell my prints. I don't sell my work. The only way you can get to me is through commissions, and those are shut down. I sometimes post my art, but it's just doodles. I have no search engine optimization. I don't have a dedicated art account, and I don't even show off my own skill set in my own stream. It's so funny. Oh, man. It's so funny. It's just so fucking funny. Anyway, back to the things that you guys want to hear about. Savvy's so full of talent. I'm so full of fucking something. How long have I been streaming, by the way? Okay, it's been over 2 hours. We can keep going. Today's a long one, chat. Venezuelans are celebrating freedom in the streets. We're gonna jump back onto it. We're jumping back in. Meanwhile, the same blue-haired activists in the West who scream Free Palestine are rallying for Venezuela's socialist dictator. It was never about freedom. It's an Islamist communist alliance that hates liberal democracy. Freedom versus tyranny, masks off, yes.
Check this out. This is what freedom looks like. Venezuelans celebrating the collapse of a socialist dictatorship that destroyed their country. Real people, real joy, real relief. Now, in contrast, look at this.
Protesters have taken to the streets across the country, rallying against the actions of the US in
You know, you can just tell that it's an Australian. Isn't that crazy?
Venezuela. While Venezuelans celebrate, the socialist left and their Islamist allies in the West are rallying in support of the dictator. Same slogans, same faces, the exact same useful idiots who've been screaming for a free Palestine since October 7, 2023. Why, you ask? Because it was never about freedom. It's about an Islamist communist alliance that hates liberal democracy.
And that's the truth, and I'm so glad he says it so eloquently.
They don't support liberation. They support actual tyrants and actual dictators. They support terrorists. They support the collapse of the West, even here in Australia. And when a Venezuelan daring to ask these blue-haired activists why they oppose his country's freedom, they attacked him in Brisbane. And when an Aussie activist called Drew Pavlo turned up to say dictator bad and freedom is good, New South Wales police dragged him away to the cheers of the unwashed crowd, even though protests by the same mob in New South Wales were supposedly made illegal after the Bondi terror attack. What's happening across the Western world compared to the streets of Venezuela tells you everything you need to know. They don't want to free Palestine. They don't want to free Venezuela. They want to tear down liberal democracy everywhere.
Yep. And we've seen it. The comment that I highlighted before about Tim Walz being installed, that's anti-democracy. Isn't it crazy? Isn't that fucking crazy? It's fucking wild what's going on. Here we have a Venezuelan mother and her son disrupted a paid far-left pro-Maduro protest in Puerto Rico, saying they have waited 26 years for this moment. Her son added that there was not a single Venezuelan among the Maduro supporters.
Comida, si alguien aquí ha tenido que ir a un hospital y que le falta insumos, pero esos venezolanos es mentira porque ni son venezolanos. El venezolano de verdad, Venezuela ya expresó su voluntad. Venezuela, 70% de Venezuela quiere que Venezuela sea libre.
So they're talking about, now that they've been liberated. It's basically just that, right? Obviously, you can catch some of the wording there if you know any of it. But yeah, so they just interviewed them. This is the gist of it. They speak in non-freedom. I'm just kidding. They're speaking freedom now. Be free. But it's got to be so insulting for these people. It's got to be so insulting for these people to watch these paid fucking leftists who don't know the first thing about Venezuela or where it is on the fucking map start doing this shit globally.
Government. So Americans are I heard you're from Venezuela.
Yes, I'm come from Venezuela.
And you don't agree with any of these people here, right?
No, I'm not agree. I'm not agree with Trump because Trump helped to my country obtain the libertad.
Can I ask you, there's a bunch of Americans here who have never
lived in a communist and socialist country with a socialist government.
So Americans are protesting here against the arrest of Maduro. They've never been to Venezuela before in their life, and you have, but they stand against the Venezuelan people. How do you feel about that?
I feel happy. We're so fucking happy.
Or in Margarita Island, or in the Llanos. How do the people in the Llanos feel about that?
Are you living? I'm asking you.
Have you been to Venezuela? Have you been to
For
Venezuela?
the last 21 years in Venezuela with a communist and socialist government.
So,
your guys have idea.
Let me give you some advice. Let me give you some advice.
Don't have idea.
Let me give you some advice real quickly. All these people in shirts are going to surround you here in a second. They're going to try and drive you out over there where you perceive to be you have your freedom of speech amendment. You're more than welcome to be anywhere you want to, express anything that you want to, and continue to do that. Don't listen to any of these people in these orange shirts. They're all paid organizers and protesters by communist activists.
You're volunteers, actually.
So,
Let me
I think everybody's a volunteer here. Do you have anybody who's...
Yes. Do you know Democrat Socialists of America?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard about that.
They have a collective bargaining agreement with the Communication Workers of America.
So this kind of stuff, and I wanted to play that all the way through without any stuff. I get chills when I watch stuff like this. I actually really hate watching this kind of content. One of the other reasons why I'm really glad that I'm not on camera is because I'm also easily moved by people. And videos like this are a bit distressing because you see this girl who's trying to tell them, she knows people who suffered. She's been down there. The Venezuelans are celebrating, and what's happening around her is psychosis. And it's so frustrating. So while we're all laughing and pointing and all of these things and looking at how pathetic the leftists are, it is still moving to see Venezuelans standing up to them. But it's also largely a waste of breath because these parasites to society they're not thinkers. They're probably the type who have no inner monologue. They have no desires. They're on government assistance, just waiting for this kind of thing to pop. And they're all paid to do this. None of them know where Venezuela is. None of them have any idea who Maduro is. None of them have ever done anything of value in their life. They have never struggled. All their hands are soft, and all of their bank accounts are padded from government funding, usually. When you treat them like the parasites that they are, it becomes a little bit easier, but at the same token, it doesn't actually solve any problems. These people can vote. These people participate in society. And these people benefit from the labor of others. How do you solve this? I don't know. You have to delete a bunch of social programs, and you have to have people who actually vet people better for government assistance. The people in this video and in some of the other videos that we're going to watch too are sickening, disgusting creatures. And again, I want us to point and laugh at them, but I also still want us to appreciate how they're putting this on display so people can see how ugly they are. For the most part, people have pointed out, too, that they're seeing similar faces in crowds. I don't pay enough attention to the crowds to pick up on that as often. There's obviously vocal people who are more easy to point out, but some people are claiming that they see, the other ones and how they move between the few states or whatever. And that is what happens. I personally don't have, I'm not going to show you pictures of oh, look, see, this is the same person, but I will have pictures on Twitter enhancing for the communist pops and spots and things like that. I mean, I have a solution to the problem too, Badger. I agree with him on deportations or prison labor or things like that, or whatever else. But I think he's got some rookie numbers there. Just saying. Oh man. Mandatory free helicopter rides. We'll come back to the Fetterman one in a second. So this is a real Venezuelan who suffered under the hands of brutal dictator.
Today, no more wars in Venezuela. And you know about the situation in Venezuela? Yes. What do you know about the situation in Venezuela? So, you want to give me an answer? Because we can talk. I'm not aggressive or anything. I just want to talk, actually.
But none of them will talk.
We have here a group of people that they are protesting because they want no more war in Venezuela. But all these people, there's nobody here from Venezuela. So from all these people, nobody is from Venezuela. This is people from United States. This is people from other places. But there's no people from Venezuela. And actually, I am from Venezuela. Andrés Bermúdez Portillo from Maracaibo.
Notice how he proudly shows his face, gives his full name, which you should never do online, by the way, because you never know what kind of identity thieving bastards are out there. But he proudly shows his name. He proudly shows his face, gives his name. All these other people, they're messed up. They're hiding as much as they can. Tells you a lot.
Venezuela. I spent time in jail because of the regime of Nicolás Maduro. We have 25 years with a dictatorship. And right now, in the moment that somebody take attention of that situation, people decide to protest because they don't want war. So in the past 5 years of 30 million of people that live in Venezuela, more than 10 million leave the country.
Holy
so
shit,
these
dude.
people is right now protesting because they don't want that we, the Venezuelan people, recover our freedom. So these people don't want that Venezuela be free. These people is just here because they want to attack Donald Trump and they want to use the name of my country and the name of my people to do this without caring about all the people that has died and is suffering right now in a jail in Venezuela because of this regime.
See, this is the kind of stuff that makes me, like, I can't sit here and laugh anymore. And it makes me honestly want to cry. Because you can hear the pain in his voice and the fucking confusion in the beginning of, like, just talk to me. Just tell me what you know of my country. And they don't answer. They don't know how to react. And unfortunately, and I don't want to say things like this because I don't want to put the weight on any of these people who have suffered enough. But, like, we just have to keep confronting them. They have to be faced with this reality. It's very tragic what has happened. Again, I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know that so much was connected. I spent the weekend trying to read about it, trying to understand it, trying to understand every move. And when you finally just take a bit of time to understand everything, then you can... How do you come to any other conclusion than this is such a good thing? It's going to take time for the country to heal. It's not going to be okay overnight. But how do you conclude anything else? These people are disgusting. I cannot stand it, and I can't stand seeing other people frustrated like this. Again, mock these fuckers endlessly. Remind these stupid, useless protesters that they are the most worthless to society, that nothing in their lives will ever be good. Nothing. Because they are so miserable. They are inherently miserable pieces of shit. Let's listen.
What do you know about Nicolas Maduro? I don't know much, bro. But here with Central CSO, and we fight against all this with like the Trump administration, ICE, police brutality. So we're just here in support of all that right now.
And what does Maduro have to do with all that?
Shit, bro, but we're here in support.
I mean, it makes sense. Nicolas Maduro is responsible for almost 8 million people leaving Venezuela, like a quarter of their population over the last decade. I mean, he's contributed a lot, right?
Yeah. but you know, we just here supporting. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We're here supporting. We're here supporting people who are tearing down democracy. But he uses the word support to feel good about himself. See, he put it in green because there was an emphasis there, but it's a little bit further than that. You have to look at the psychological implication of this bastard. All right? He's not acknowledging anything. He just wants to feel good. And that's what it's always about. Dark Lilish, thank you so much for the tippy. On the pragmatic side of things, I hope this locks in the Venezuelan voter bloc for Trump. Hopefully it also leads to more confrontations versus commies. I think it absolutely did. Even people who became citizens from Venezuela, they're seeing this as a good thing. Oh, man. You know? Yeah. Like, yeah, bro. Exactly. That's just what they are. Have I already talked about this one? Yeah, that's the 2019 one. Here we go. Even Venezuela. This is a funny one.
Coño, Catire. Me deportaste. Pero
this guy was deported. Even Venezuelans who got deported by President Trump are thanking him now. The left cannot stand this. Trump, you deported me, but you liberated me. You just did me a solid. It's okay that you deported me. I don't mind. Thank you. Bro. Bro, this guy got deported. He has a reason to maybe dislike ICE in the country, right? And he's like, homie just did me a solid. Now I can go home. Hey, that didn't need translation. You just knew, right? You just fucking knew.
Me acabas de hacer un coro, mano.
Look at his face.
Me acabas de hacer un coro real. Está bien que me deportaste, mano, no importa. No importa. Así como ahora no era. Lo de la calle. Pero me hiciste un coro real, la hiciste real, Catire. ¡Wow! ¡Wow!
He's so happy.
Nunca en la vida pensé llegar a vivir esto, de verdad. Y menos hoy.
I'm just playing it out of respect.
Hoy. Estas sí son buenos días. Estas son buenas maneras de despertarlo a uno. Ajá. El 2026 lo empezamos cabrón. Ahora sí empezamos bien el 2026. ¿Ah?
That's so fucking cute. That's cute, man. That's cute. Oh, man. And then we got a couple more here. Sometimes I feel like the people who push for socialism mindlessly and brainlessly too are the first people who will eat the shit they pushed forward, regret it, and wonder, how did this happen? Yep.
Venezuela. Esa bandera no es de ellos, esa bandera es de nosotros, esa bandera no es de ellos.
Venezuela, yo, we are Venezuela, you are from my country. What part of Venezuela you are? What part of Venezuela you are? What part of Venezuela you are? What part of Venezuela you are?
See, this hurts my heart. He shouldn't have to do this. He shouldn't have to go for a walk that day, see a bunch of fucking useless liberals, and then feel the need to defend his freedom. This is so sad to me. Language warning on this segment. Does it get super spicy? Because if it does, I don't care. If slurs start flying, it's not my fault. So this just in, real Venezuelans are currently clashing with pro-Maduro leftists in New York City. This happened shortly before, a few hours before going live. So this is the first thing in the morning. Communists are on the wrong side of history. Venezuelans aren't having it. But I will wait a second here. You know what? Maybe just in case. I don't know what he says.
You are not from my country.
Does he say fuck or something?
You are not from my country. You are not from my country. You are not from my country.
I hate the expression and the pain in his voice. I really do. So, oh, wait, it's an N-word? Oh, wait! Is it really? Hang on. Let me hear where it is first. Hang on. God, I hate them and their stupid chanting. Oh, there's a lot of fingers flying. I heard it! I heard it! Alright, we'll go past this guy. We'll go past him. Alright, we can play this guy again. Wow, they just straight up said it.
Don't be stupid. You are not from my country.
Oh, there he is. All right, so there's the guy who's shouting it, so you could probably hear it, but you know what? We're just showing the news, and if YouTube has an issue with it, well, I don't endorse the use of the word. No, you know what? Fuck you, YouTube. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This is the news. And if you want to censor the news, you're a fucking pussy. Look at this. And you know what? And he's just got to stand there and just make sure that nobody throws a punch. And I think that's depressing. He should be arresting these freaks. Look at this shit. Look at she is looking at him like he is a fascinating animal. Like she's watching TV. Look at her face, because she knows the cop's right there. But she's never known true passion for fighting for something. Look at him. Look at his body language. He's doing that because he's passionate. It's so wrong that the cops protect them. Don't. Let it be the PvP server that the left wants it to be. And only then, by defunding the police and freeing criminals, will these fucks finally learn. I hope to God Mamdani shuts down the prisons. And I hope to God every single fucking thief, murderer, and rapist floods the fucking streets so that way these dumb fuck leftists can finally experience the world that they want. Yahoo! That's the only way that they go away. I hope to God Mamdani does every single thing very quickly. I hope by the end of the month the jails are emptied. And I hope to God that these leftists finally experience the world that they voted for and want. And I hope that it happens repeatedly even after they say, save me. Fuck them. Speedy Cake, thank you so much for the tipperoonie. Is that an Aussie tippy? I don't know. Morning, Savvy. First time I've been able to catch a live stream. Well, you chose the spicy one, and yours on the day it happens. Keep up the good work and hope your day goes well. Thank you very much. I hope your day goes fantastic, too. And I hope the leftists have a bad day. Savvy, please. No, I'm done being nice. Peace is no longer an option. I hope they get everything they fucking voted for. I do. I can't wait for AOC to say that the hijab is actually empowerment. I can't wait for it. Let them experience the collective warmness and don't let them leave New York City. That's the other thing. I wish every single person who voted for him was forced to stay in New York. You reap what you sow. Exactly. They would just run to Florida and vote the same back. No. See? No. Do you think that the poor fucking waitresses and the poor fucking protesters have the money to move? They're barely paying fucking rent. Why do you think they're down there protesting? Otherwise, they'd just be rot-maxing in the bed discovering imagination for the first time on TikTok from fucking 14-year-olds who haven't been taught that they can use their imagination and just pretend about scenarios in their head. Yeah, that's a real trend that happened. You should go look it up. It's fucking terrifying. They're also pretending to do these things where they don't touch their phone for 5 minutes and meditate. What? Fucking what? New York commies, that's what they are. Anyway, my heart goes out to all of the Venezuelans who feel the need to do this. I commend them greatly for doing it. I thank them, but it's so tragic that they feel the need that they have to. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Again, trip down memory lane. Just a reminder that Obama never sought congressional authorization for the following bombs. Syria, 12,000 bombs. Iraq, 12,000 bombs. Libya, 496 bombs. Yemen, 35 bombs. Somalia, 14 bombs. Way too low. It's terrible. Pakistan, 3 bombs. 26,000 bombs for a total of 3 bombs every hour of every day. That's crazy. That's a lot of damage. And finally, the last video on the topic, I think. Yes. Democrat John Fetterman debunks his party's lie that Nicolas Maduro was not a threat to the United States. Fetterman, we all Democrats years ago wanted to eliminate Maduro. Why have a bounty of $25 million if we didn't want him gone?
Senator Chris Murphy, your Democratic colleague, called the operation wildly illegal. America doesn't want this war. Nobody asked for this. And I think the most important conversation to have is Venezuela is not a security threat to the United States. They're not threatening to invade us. Do you want to take this on?
I respect my friend in Connecticut, but we have different views on this and perhaps other views as well. I just said this on my social media that, remind everybody that America is a force of good, order, and democracy, and we are promoting these kinds of values. We are the good guys. Let's pretend that now we are acting in a way. Now, remember, we all Democrats years ago wanted to eliminate him, and why have a bounty of $25 million if we didn't want him gone? Why would you do these things if you weren't willing to actually do something other than harsh language?
Protect this man. Protect this man at all costs. He threw a simple slip, and people would just write it off because he has medical issues. A simple slip is all it takes for him. Protect this man. Put him in a bubble. Give him the same level of security that Trump has, but probably from a private institute, like from fucking wherever Elon gets his security, because Secret Service, I'm a little questionable on. They also let women into it, so, wouldn't want a woman trying to protect me. That's for fucking sure, especially if I'm a 6'4", 300-pound individual or something. I'm not saying Trump's 300 pounds. I actually have no idea what his weight distribution is. I don't care. He's fit as a fiddle. Anyway, point being, protect this man. I don't care that he's a Democrat. I don't give a shit. He's not a career politician yet in my eyes. He's still innocent. And even though he somehow managed to get voted in, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know if he flipped the switch. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he hoodwinked Dems. I don't know. But protect this man. Protect him at all costs. If something ever happens to him, it was absolutely an inside job. And I will not take anything else, any other answer for that. Trump is at least 5 pounds. True. Trump is 6'3", 250, shredded machine. There you go. I actually have no idea what his height and weight are. Women cannot tank punches like a guy. Well, most women are petite. They're not taking up the same body space as a man. I'm sorry. I would not hire a female security agent. I just wouldn't. It's like, I just like, yeah, okay, I care about security, but only a little bit, It's the stroke savvy. It cured him of the Dems madness. Maybe. It's possible. I don't know. But protect this man. Protect him. How can you tell when a politician's lying? Their lips are moving. Exactly. So I want him protected. Thank you. Thank you, Fetterman. Thank you for being logical. Thank you. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to say that he doesn't like Trump. I don't give a fuck. He's still willing to speak rationally about certain things. So that's beautiful in my eyes. B. Barrett, thank you so much for the tippy. I'd like to enroll my child in your Learning Center. Thank you. It's about, $1,000 a week. I don't believe in affordable childcare. I don't believe in it. If I'm going to scam the government, I'm also going to scam you. Jefferson C. Post, thank you for the tippy. It took a brain injury for a Democrat to be reasonable. That's so tragic. That's so tragic. The other thing that I want to now take a breather. So we had some fun in the beginning. Then we had some goofy shit happen and derail us. Then we got to the heavy shit, right? And boy, howdy, I fought really hard not to cry on that one because it is frustrating to watch other people experience that kind of frustration. But now we're going to have just a fun moment. So something else that happened over the weekend was this beautiful, Oh my God. Beautiful cosplayer. Most beautiful fucking Genshin cosplay I've ever seen in my life. We're just going to take a moment to appreciate this cosplay. This woman works on her body because she likes cosplaying physically strong women with great thighs. She has incredible thigh definition. I mean, everything about this is stunning. Right down to the detail of the heels. Like, if whatever the fuck her name is, Cheetah Girl, Shlonen? Salonen? I don't know how to pronounce her name. I've never known how to pronounce it. I don't pronounce most of the names of the game. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. It's just some of them. Like, her name is complicated. But she's so fucking beautiful. This actually makes me love the character more. Before, I thought she was just cute. But I've always said that it's artists and cosplayers and other people's passion that also influences whether or not I decide to look more into a character. And this cosplay alone, I was like, God damn! Fuck! But the reason why we're talking about it isn't just because she's probably one of the most beautiful individuals I've ever seen. It's because I got criticized by someone overseas saying Japanese people don't do cosplay of characters with dark skin. It's discriminatory. So this is just a Google Translate, but it says Japanese people shouldn't do cosplay of characters with dark skin. It's discriminatory. But what's wrong with that? It's not discrimination, right? So what's wrong with recreating tanned skin? Not only is this character not fucking black, she's just fucking tan. That's it. So now tanning is racist. So I decided to go have a little look-see. Some dumb fuck in the comments said, it's the history of negative connotations when it comes with tanning your skin. Not painting it black for a caricature, but tanning your skin. Darkening your skin because it was done for mockery. What? Many people still dislike the idea of recreating tanned skin because of the history that it holds, which is arguably reasonable, but if it's, and nobody gives a fuck what you said after the word but, because anything that comes after the word but, fucking everything before it didn't matter. So or everything after doesn't fucking matter. Like, shut the fuck up. This is your point. You genuinely believe that people cannot tan because it is racist. You dumb waste of fucking space. I hate these parasites so much. Again, these fuckers can vote wherever they live. That should terrify you. This person doesn't deserve an opinion. They shouldn't be operating on the internet, and they belong in an institute. That would be the most kind justice for them in a fair world, but unfortunately, we don't have that. Naturally, of course, this is a dude, she, her, pro-life, against AI art and Zionists, LGBTQIA, LGTV, fucking whatever, supporter, very left-leaning. We know! We fucking know! You fucking bundle of sticks! Holy shit! Yes, apparently, though, the country says Pakistan, possibly. So now they're just being a fucking retard. But I have no idea where this person's from. If it's Pakistan, then I apologize for saying technically Western, but also I don't... Look, I'm just gonna fucking say it. I don't consider anything... Like apparently... So did you know on statistics that they consider India Asian? The phenotype is completely fucking wrong. I don't consider that. While there are obvious differences between Asian nations, like you can tell that there's a difference between the way Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, and all of them look, right? Phenotypically, there are some similarities that constitute the classification of Asian. I don't consider Pakistan or India to be Asian people. I don't care if it's distributed via continents. When I think of Asians, I think of fucking Japan, of fucking China, of Korea, of Vietnam, and all the places around there, right? Those are Asian to me. I consider India. They're Indians. They're not fucking Asian. I'm sorry. Phenotypically, they're different. They fall into a different category. They don't look anything similar. And that's how you get the fucked up stats that you do in America, because I never see them listing Indian separate, and I didn't figure it out until I realized that they were getting pushed into the Asian demographic. And so when they say like, oh yeah, we like our H-1B visas or whatever, because, the Indians are hard workers. No, the fuck they're not! You don't know if they're hard workers because you put them under Asia. You put them under Asian, which the Koreans, the Vietnamese, all the other ones, those are hard workers. If India was full of hard fucking workers, they wouldn't have constant shit on their streets. Most of India would probably be a little bit more developed. I would sooner have Chinese people imported under H-1B visas than fucking Indians. Okay? I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm done with that. I'm leaving the old classification system back in 2025. Okay? I don't consider them Asian. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. I just don't understand it. Like, the population of India is fucking massive. They should be their own classification. They have their own culture. I don't think that they value education the same way that Japan or China does. Fuck! In fact, we should do away with generalization altogether. I would prefer to know exactly what demographic is doing what. Like the Somalis, for instance. I think a Somali is vastly different from a Nigerian, who is vastly different from somebody from Congo, who's vastly different from Burkina, what the fuck is it? Burkina Faso? What is that? Burkina Faso. I was on the right fucking way, all right? I think all these people are vastly different, and to just call them all Africans is actually, like, disrespectful to the differences of the cultures. I don't fucking know, all right? She's out of line, but she's right. I don't fucking care. Oh, man. I'd 100% of the time want an Asian doctor over an Indian doctor. Every time. Every fucking time. Jefferson C. Post, thank you so much. Indians, Pakistanis called Asian is a British thing. Fucking British. Anyway, so India brings down the statistics of Asians. I'm just gonna say it. Anyway, back to this. So we went and found that out. We found this, and then we found somebody else saying Japanese cosplayers have to stop cosplaying dark-skinned characters because what the fuck is this? Like, do they not know that Japanese people tan very well, beautifully, and easily? Also, on top of that, because this is one of my favorite things to do, apparently I am the leading racist in all of this. Instagram. Oh, shit, that's not me. Instagram, Madam Savvy. Apparently, I am just a racist because while I am of pale skin, at one point in my life, I chased tanning culture because it was normal for your parents and your family and everyone around you to make fun of your fucking white ass legs. So throughout my teens, I got shamed into tanning. Now, I did genuinely enjoy laying down by the poolside and enjoying some beverages, and I like the beach and things like that. But unfortunately can no longer enjoy it the way that I used to. Like, the concept of tanning will never happen again for me. I will forever remain pale. Yet somehow, despite being allergic to the sun, my body is still a little bit darker than my husband's legs. Giggity, giggity, goo. Sorry, husband. Hang on, I'm trying to find the fucking picture. I posted it a while ago, so I gotta scroll through the fucking feed because I don't just have these things on grab, you know? I don't just save pictures of myself to the desktop. Oh, I like that one, though. Okay, so apparently, where is it? Where's the fucking picture? Oh, God. There it is. Here it is. I am a racist. I am the epitome of blackfacing, despite this being my natural fucking skin color that naturally darkened because I saw the fucking sun. That's it. I am a racist, everybody. Look at that. Look at that. Savvy as a man, only on Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays. So there's me being a racist, participating in the very Italian culture of tanning because I was indeed very into trying to connect with the Italian side of me until my grandmother said maybe you should just be you because she was embarrassed by the way that I eat pasta. All right. On top of that, Japan itself has a large culture around tanning, or even in the opposite direction. They like playing with the things that they can do to make unique looks, and I think that that's really fun and cool. Most people do this. when I get a tan, I'm more likely to wear shorts. All right? Since I will never tan again, I will probably never wear shorts again. Did you try out for Jersey Shore? It looks like I did, doesn't it? Yes, I watched that show. No, I hated it. Seen girl eating pasta like Will Smith. Yes. Yes, it's hard to believe that that was me, but my God, I loved dyeing my hair black. I think I look beautiful with black hair. I think I look absolutely beautiful. While I'm grifting myself, since you guys have been so wonderful to me today, I'll share with you another picture that's easily available from my Instagram because I'm a fucking weirdo. But I like looking back and seeing what I used to have, and that is the sun. Look at me. I'm in a fucking bikini. Look at me. Things I'll never get to do again. Holy shit, Fluffy! Thank you so much for gifting Bush to the community. Everybody please say thank you. Look at that. Look at that. My tits look big. They're not, but they look big there. Anyway. So this individual, very beautiful, should not have ever been attacked. My favorite thing, too, is that the retard who said... Oh, God. Ah, here it is. Absolutely getting destroyed. Absolutely. Absolutely destroyed. And that is vindication. That is vindication. Now, I had some very fun quote tweets here. Some people quote tweeted me. A lot of Japanese people, actually. If you're bored, please go check out the quote tweets because they're quite funny, some of the things that people are saying. But black people, that stop with the garbage cosplay where you just put on clothes and a wig without any respect for Japanese anime at all, without ever changing your skin color with makeup or anything. Yeah. See, this shit's funny because they're catching on. Das Pitch, thank you for the tippy. Savvy living that 2000s Evanescence life. Dude, I'll still live it. I'll still live it. If my hair weren't as long as it is, I'd probably be dyeing it black again. Shout out to all the gals who thought a thigh gap was impossible and unrealistic. The guy's never even cared. True. Dibbies, thank you so much for the tippy. Rip Savvy Booba. Yes. But yeah, so please go read it because they're catching on. And the comments are hilarious. There were a couple of them, too, that were like, wow, this is strong language, but she's not wrong. There's probably, yeah, there's a ton more. Like, it's basically all in support of this. Like, nobody's trying to argue it. No dumbass fucking leftist is trying to virtue signal. But the amount of Japanese people responding to it and translating it, like, it's so good. Like, it's so cute. I love the way that they speak. I had a couple bookmarked, but just go see it for yourself. Based in olive bro build. Pink purple hair. Yeah, I loved my pink and purple hair. I had half of it pink, half of it purple, and I could switch between whatever I wanted showing. Oh, dude, I used to have so much fun with my hair. And I won't do it. Well, I didn't do it for the longest time because I realized it was being associated with crazy liberal leftists. And I was like, fuck, I don't want people to assume that. But now that things have kind of mellowed out, I feel like it'll be sort of okay to dye my hair again. So I might do some color accenting, but I'm also like, I really want to do like an Aether cosplay, honestly. I think I'd make an okay femboy, but I still need to cut my hair to look like his. I'm such a loser. In terms of harassing artists and cosplayers, it's genuinely giving me SU flashbacks. Oh, dude. So crazy. Yeah, the Steven Universe stuff is so fucking insane. But yeah, so that's basically it. So I wanted to end off on a high note. Beautiful person. Oops. These are pictures. I want to go back to it. I want to go to the person's actual tweet. But yeah, beautiful, absolutely stunning person. Very talented with the ability to craft and print out however the hell this got made. Just stunning. I hope, and obviously she's gonna keep on cosplaying and things like that. I did not have a nose ring. I never had a nose ring. The only thing that I wanted for a facial piercing was snake bites, and that was back in high school, but I was too chicken shit because even though it looks good on my lower lips because I have no fucking upper lip, and it was just nice to have something there, I heard that it like messes with your teeth and gums, and I was way too lazy to want to deal with the fallout of that, so I just kind of admired it from afar. But yeah. Yeah. I did for a little while have a second piercing on the top of my ear. You know, like every quirky college girl. I was so edgy. Getting a second piercing on one ear. Oh my God. But then while I was oil wrestling with a girl on a giant float, I guess she ripped it out while I was at a lake one summer. So that happened. The English community had to ruin it all by bullying the cosplayer. Don't worry. Don't worry. They got shut down. They got shut the fuck down. Fuck them. Women cosplaying, pretending to be femboys is the funniest thing in the world to me. The thing you women do to emulate a fraction of our power is amusing. Dude, femboys are so... if you're using the word our power, that means you must consider yourself a femboy. Look, I believe in femboy supremacy. I do. I have seen some beautiful men. Beautiful men with bodies that I will never have. I have seen men be able to work out in such a way that their ass and thighs will always have more meat and a more perfect curve than my own, no matter how much I try to emulate that, because the male body is very different. I do actually believe that men are inherently more beautiful naturally than women to a degree because less effort has to go into them in general. No, just a base femboy enjoyer? Oh, bless. Okay. Base femboy enjoyer indeed. But yeah, oil what? No, but I do believe that that's the case. I think that men just have an easier time because of what first world nations have done to women, basically. I think most people are just generally pretty. Like, I think the standard is just pretty, right? I think that most beauty is effortless, but I don't know, man. There's something about femboys and there's something about the male anatomy that can allow for something really beautiful to occur. And of course I'm biased, right? Of course I'm biased, but my ears are burning. I'm so sorry. Savvy, I am not gay. Hey, you can appreciate a man's beauty and not be gay, all right? I'm just saying. It's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that some guys are just kind of pretty, all right? You can be objective. Too bad I'm a femboy and too bad I'm a femboy and based tomboy enjoyer. Hell yeah. You know what? That's fine. You can be a femboy and enjoy the tomboys. That's cool too. I agree with the part that most people are generally pretty. Yeah, like I seldom see somebody who I genuinely consider ugly. I seldom see it. Now, I see people who, like, could be prettier if they just lost weight, but beneath every fat person is somebody who's potentially pretty. The way that you get genuine ugliness is through... Yeah, you can... There's tons of external things, obviously. Like, you know, being unclean, having super hollow eyes, not giving a shit about basic hygiene or just simple things that you could fix. Like there is a degree of, like, lottery involved, right? Jefferson C. Post, thank you for the tippy. I like how casually oil wrestling was referenced. Yeah, we're not going to draw attention to that anyway. Chad doesn't need to know. Where was I going with that? Oh, right. So like genuine ugliness to me is like seldom something that you necessarily like. How do I describe this properly? I find people who are constantly angry. Like there's a lot of leftists, for example. This is actually a great example. So when you are constantly angry and depressed all the time, you can genuinely tell in someone's face because it does make them unattractive. Because they're less likely to care about themselves. I think that people who take care of themselves, even if they have a mathematically and anatomically disproportioned face, will still be more beautiful than somebody who is constantly miserable and using makeup to hide things. Because makeup is synthetic, it's an illusion. And leftists, luckily, their goal was to make themselves ugly. Well, they didn't really have to do that much because they were already inherently ugly to begin with. And this is why I actually used that language. A lot of people didn't understand it, and some people tried to say that, you detract from your point when you start insulting people. One, I don't give a shit, and I don't believe in treating people who I do choose to insult like humans because they're subhuman, and they're doing something subhuman that I've determined is beneath me. So I'm going to treat them as they deserve to be treated. But where was I going with that beforehand? So I called them ugly because that's what they are. They are not just physically ugly, but they've chosen to make themselves ugly. They pride themselves on being ugly, and their hearts are ugly. And so however people took it, they took it, and I don't care. But I'm going to continue to roast people, and I'm going to continue to call them ugly. because that's just what they are at the end of the day. And I don't think ugly people like that in totality should be listened to at all. And if people find that immature, well, I don't really care, Margaret. Put the fries in the bag. That's all I have to say. Dating app made me think every woman is fat and ugly. Yeah, dude, women on dating apps, holy shit. Because you just know that it's filters, and now that filters are easily accessible. Also, too, can I just say, I really you know what? No, I'm not going to open up that can of worms. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it today. I'll poke that bear next week. we'll circle back to that one. We'll circle back to it. But it is what it is. And that's life. We did a 3-hour stream for our first stream back, everybody. 2 hours, 54 minutes. That's what's up. That is what is up. I am going to brave going to the timeline to let it... Oh, shit. Seeing a bunch of streamers report that their Twitch accounts were compromised and that their payout methods were changed. Ooh, that's not good. Offcom, go fuck yourself. Nobody gives a fuck. What is this one? Recently pinned. Did he really pin it? Holy shit, he did. I crunched the data again. I made a map again. The numbers... The picture is now even cleaner. States without voter ID requirements are 16 times more likely to offer welfare benefits to illegal immigrants than states requiring ID. Dems are importing and paying illegals for votes. Details. Just one state out of 27 with effective voter ID provides welfare. Wait, hang on. Just one state out of 27 with effective voter ID provides welfare to illegal immigrants, Rhode Island, specifically healthcare to children. That's the 4%. 16 of the 24 states without effective voter ID provide welfare to illegal immigrants. That's the 67%. The data are highly statistically significant. Wait, the data are highly... I don't like this sentence. I'm sure it's correct, but it just doesn't read right. I know the word data can be funny. The data are highly statistically significant across most categories. The data is highly statistic. I think maybe he did mess up, unless this is meant to be a plurality. But even then, see, that's why I said data is a funny word. Anyway, it just reads wrong. I'm getting hung up on the wrong things. I got the worst kind of fucking focus, man. Why couldn't I get the cool focus? Now the above data reproduced by creating 2 buckets, voter ID versus no voter ID. In reality, there are 5 buckets with varying levels of ID requirement strictness. With 2 buckets, I was trying to cut down on complexity. Here is the map with 5 tiers displayed. Same pattern, but what I show you next will blow your mind. Okay, so, I mean, we still see the problem states that always somehow end up blue. Isn't that crazy? A lot of them. Or many of them, I should say. Actually, no, I think, is it all of them? I don't know. I'd have to overlap with the voting map. The looser the ID requirement, the more welfare for illegals. Not just sorta kinda, rather it's almost a perfect gradient. And the trend is highly statistically significant. The looser the requirements, the more the welfare. So if we look at this, so strict, any benefits for illegals. So this is straight up just for illegals. This is what we're talking about. Jesus Davila, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Thank you for bush giving. We do love our bush givers here. Strict, non-strict photo, non-strict non-photo, no documents require. There you have it. That's wild. It should be noted that the EITC benefits can also be provided to legal non-residents, but official sources state very clearly that those who use such benefits are overwhelmingly illegal immigrants. That's why they are included in this analysis. In the first version of the analysis, I included cash benefits. This was wrong. Cash benefits are generally welfare benefits and are not limited to illegal immigrants. Not even California has illegal specific cash benefits. Removing cash benefits made the analysis cleaner. Now, does this mean that a conspiratorial mastermind decided to implement illegal immigrant welfare policies and no ID policies in the same states? No. I think the better way to think of this is that the political beliefs and policies evolved to advantage the groups that hold them. That's a good statement. In this case, states with strong Democrat influence have created immigration and voting environments that heavily incentivize illegal immigration and voting by these same immigrants, giving Democrats a, well, illegal advantage. You know what? I hate calling them illegal immigrants. They're fucking invaders. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. I'm going to do my best to mentally note and replace this. We should expect Democrats, the dogs are here, it's time for them to go out, now husband's following, excellent. We should expect Democrats to pursue the same strategy across the country if they gain power again, creating a large class of dependents who can be expected to reliably vote for more left-wing politics. Well, yeah, that's why they're all losing their marbles right now, because they know that overall, no matter what, no matter the criticisms or the shortcomings of Trump right now, it doesn't matter. Because people are still happier with that. More Republicans are registering every single day. Everyone sees the left doing leftist shenanigans, and they're turning to God. They're turning away from the hedonistic, sinful bastards of the left, and they are turning to MAGA. I shouldn't say Republican, because fuck the Republicans too. But they'll vote red so long as Trump's in power, and we gotta change the Republican Party. Holy shit, we gotta get rid of Graham. We gotta get rid of all these bastards. We need to reshape it in our image. A true free speech, absolutist party that does not tolerate communism and will jail rogue judges. That's what I want. But I don't just want the judges jailed. I want the people who hired them. I want the people who taught them. And I want the institutes fined that created the system. That's what I want. That's how we fix things. Now, that's a very detailed way of saying leftists are importing and buying votes from mass state-dependent illegal immigrant class. This obviously has a terrible long-term implication. Yes. Yes. You accuse me of creating a narrative, then making the data fit. This is false. I made the figure when I saw Arthur McWaters. Holy shit, that's a lot. I love fucking names that have like Mac in it, like McWaters, whatever, McMurray. I don't know, man. Those are fun names. See it for yourself. It's impossible to ignore the overlap states where illegal immigrants can get state-funded Medicaid. Photo ID is not required to vote. The state voted blue. See, this is what keeps us coming back to the Minnesota conspiracy with the murders. McDonald's would have been cool if it weren't about fat people. The numbers, they make me glow. Oh, I wish we had public executions, man. It'd be family fun time for the whole family. Anyway, that's it. We'll call it here, guys. That's a solid 3 hours of stream. We even had a ghost from Christmas past come up for whatever reason. We'll just call it a day there. It's been a good time. Let's see here. We'll go back to my madam. Why don't I just come up? There I am. Look at me. Look at me. Somehow Dustborn returned. Good times. All right. I gotta go deal with some stuff. I love you all very much. Hey, did you guys know that the original body positivity movement was actually started by an individual, I think from Iran or somewhere in the Middle East, who suffered severe, like, fire burns or something on her face, and she just wanted to be accepted, saying that she couldn't control what, you know, an oppressive regime did to her. But then fat fucking leftists in America decided to latch onto that and say, yes, healthy at any way. That's a real thing. You can go look that up, and it should make you hate the Democrats even more, because it certainly made me hate them. Anyway, I love you all very, very much. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I will most likely see you tomorrow to continue laughing at these fucking freaks. I love you. Bye-bye.